Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from America, Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning, happy Wednesday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Full show ahead. Lots to get to. We have the countdown 15 days from Nebraska, Minnesota. Thursday night in Minneapolis, 7 p.m. kickoff. 15 days.
We have other kickoff news we'll get to later.
We will. At 7, guys, disappoint you. Everyone knows this, but we got disappointing news regarding Michigan. We'll talk about that at 7 a.m. Of that kickoff time. Gentlemen, how are you today?
Wonderful.
Couldn't be better.
Couldn't be better
Couldn't
on
be
a
better.
Wednesday.
I watched that Carpetland team last night
They lost 1-0 to the Texas
1-0.
school. That stinks.
at Buffalo Wings and Rings. There's quite a few people that are watching it. And I'm going to say again, the country's in the crapper. We all know it. But there's pockets of greatness. And
It starts at Carpetland.
well, the
And
service
at Buffalo Wings and
the
Rings.
service at Buffalo Wings and Rings. I mean, we always talk about, these places can't find good servers. They can't find good workers. I don't know. Buffalo Wings and Rings manages pretty well. It's the best service you'll ever find. Thank you.
Thank you to Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68-0. And
the
at
wings
Old
were
Cheney.
tremendous. I had 5.
I had
Oh,
5,
another
Bill.
fiver for you.
Yeah. 5 chicken nuggets.
Stop it.
You were
They're
hungry.
wings.
You were hungry
They're
a
not.
half hour later.
You
I
know,
got
you,
boneless.
you can't say they're a wing. They're a chicken nugget.
And that's fine.
A
And they're
wing
good.
is bone in. Yeah. It's okay.
We're not disparaging
like
it
it,
because
yeah.
they're delicious, but
Yeah.
it just you can't call an actual
Yeah.
wing.
If someone handed me like 5 right now, I'd
I
eat
understand
them.
what you're saying.
Yeah,
I
I'd eat
understand
them.
what
Would you
you're saying.
take 5 like he did at the Super Bowl party and just keep wolfing them?
Yeah,
Bill did.
That was
it, too.
onion ring. That was onion
onion
rings.
rings.
Bill
He took
did
him right.
it too.
He took him right off a guy's plate.
Roger. Off of Rogers.
It
He
is.
offered us 1. He took 6. Took 6 onion rings off a
Laura
guy's
was
plate.
Laura was aghast.
She was. She's like, "What is Sipple doing?"
Hey, hold on, Bill. You were doing the same thing.
I had
Did
1.
you have
I had
6
1.
or you
I
have
think
one?
you had
He
more. than
offered 1. I took 1. He offered you 1. You took 1, and just kept eating it. Just talking to him. Just kept eating.
to eat his
Poor guys
friends.
like had no onion rings left.
one. He was from Fremont.
Yeah.
Right, it's Roger.
Yeah.
It was Roger.
Jeez, Jake, you
remember
must
that.
be a salesman.
Yeah. He's
I
incredible.
am a salesman.
He is. He's
The
Herb.
name thing.
He's Herb Tarlick from WKRP in
There we go.
Cincinnati.
There
He was the salesman for
Am I throwing
WKRP in
turkeys out of
Cincinnati.
the air
Yes.
too?
Yeah.
Herb the salesman.
Yes, he was. You're Herb Tarlick. Yes.
Jake
I'll
is,
take that.
Jake
yes.
is good with names. Roger.
Roger. Yep. I think Roger still listens. Roger, if you're still out there, shoot us a text 402-464-5685. Are you still with us, Roger?
You had
On-
multiple
on early
wings, by
break.
the way. Don't give me the one thing. You had multiple.
Wasn't 6 though.
I don't think I would have took more than 1 if you didn't.
It happened.
All right, let's get some idle chit chat. Hang on.
Sports takes are great, generally speaking, but the random conversations are even better.
I don't know if you want to talk about that on the radio.
You just did.
You just did. I mean, we're not just talking amongst ourselves.
It's time for Idle Chit Chat on Early Break, sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care.
That was pretty idle chit chat. This is real idle chit chat. Bill says he has something he wants to offer to him.
There's a couple things. One, I want to hit up on tailored landscaping.
Okay.
Jake,
I'm sorry.
tailored landscaping. I got in a pickle with some landscaping situation. I went to Jake Sorensen, who led me to Jake 2.
Jake
Sittner and Taylor Landscaping, and it was phenomenal work that they did the last 2 days to kind of get us out this, to kind of get things how they should be. And last night in 30, we had like a couple of things. I'm going to shoot him a text before I go to bed. He called like 30 seconds later. Hey, just double checking back with you on this. Make sure it was incredible. I know that he's a breaker, and I know that he advertises and everything like that. But I'm just telling you, tailored landscaping was incredible.
Were you in a jackpot?
Was that?
Were you in a jackpot?
Yeah, I was in a jackpot.
What was the problem? Just give me a briefing.
Well, we have things going on. We had to get some things prepped for sugar.
Oh,
And so we had to get, it all gets back to sugar.
Yeah, it always
The
goes
cost of a dog is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
trust me when I
But,
tell you.
but I tell you what makes you happy. If you want to be happy today, if you really want to have your whole mood change. And my awesome wife went with me 7 o'clock, it was about 6:15. Went through the car wash at 84th and Old Cheney. I love that place. I have the unlimited car wash. I go through there, get it done,
Do you really?
and then we did the inside of the car. When your car is
detailing? Oh,
immaculately
yes.
clean, you have 2 people working on it for about an hour.
I don't know this feeling.
It
It's
was
very
insane.
unfamiliar with
When
me.
I got in the car today, it was the best feeling ever. It's just like everything
They
was
cleaned
immaculate.
Really?
At that, me and Laura did it. We did the work like that. So we did the mats, we did this, we
God.
we
It's a great
vacuumed.
feeling.
Oh, you and
Detailing.
Laura did it.
The Laura did it. Yes,
Yeah.
it was incredible. The feeling. I'm driving to work today. I feel
It just
different.
Smells better.
I
it
feel
looks
different.
better.
Everything. There's not like something over here because I get crumbs on the seat over here. Laura's always like, "What is this?" Well, I have a muffin or
How many
something.
cookies have you had
Yeah,
today?
yes.
That feeling is unfamiliar to me
Yes.
completely. This is a foreign
And-
feeling.
Oh, it is so good to have your
What's this clean car you speak of?
had
Says,
the mats just perfectly clean.
Oh my God, I don't
It was
even
incredible.
know what to say.
So thank you, Jake, to Taylor Landscaping.
Yeah.
Thank you for a
You're
clean
welcome.
car, Laura.
Jake Sittner, the guy who owns Tailored Landscapes. Good person.
What was
Good
your
person.
what did
Okay.
you do yet? What's
Well,
your
I
idle
got
chit-chat,
two things here. We have a gift. I'll get to in 1 second.
No, we
Yeah,
don't.
yeah. 1 second.
We have a gift.
I
Well,
want
the one thing we know it's not a cookie because we're missing
the
60
cookies
of
are-
them.
The cookies are all gone.
60
I brought
cookies
in
were eaten
2 things
yesterday.
of cookies,
60.
and they're all gone.
I had one.
I believe that one of the 30 packs was completely eaten. I think the other 30 pack was taken home by somebody or given to somebody else. I cannot speak for who it was or what happened, but I think it's in a good spot.
60 cookies gone.
Gone in
Gone.
1 day.
One day.
Yesterday, I was at a luncheon, a networking luncheon, and I
Nice.
talked
Networking.
I met a breaker there. I believe I'm not going to say his name because this could be.
Protect his identity.
I'm
yeah,
protecting him.
protect his identity. We're going to protect
He,
his
he
identity.
was probably in your guys' age range. So let's go with that. 50s, in his 50s, and
Early.
he talks to me. He's like, "Hey, love the show, love you, Sip. You, Bill, and Sip." And then he says, "I don't know how to take this." He says, "You're taller than you sound on the radio."
Interesting.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
And I said, I think that's a diss. I'm not sure if it's a compliment. I'm not sure what that even means.
No.
He says, you're taller than you sound on the radio. It's-
Huh.
I think that'd be a compliment.
I really
That's
try.
not-
I don't know.
I think
what
you
that
want to be
means.
shorter.
But
You
what does
wanna
that
be
mean
short.
about the radio, though?
Easy with that,
No.
by the way.
Because I'm not that 6'1" is an average. It's not tall. That I figure out
Compliment.
like how tall does Sip sound? How tall does Bill sound?
People think I'm a big dude. Then they see me. I'm like, yep, big dude.
Big diff-
They confirmed that they were right.
Why is there a jockey doing radio?
Also, idle chit chat.
Jockeys can do what else?
Shout out to Reka, who picked up Pablo and Cruz about 4:50 p.m. yesterday. Took Pablo and Cruz back to the farm.
She leave the trough.
We have
by any
pictures.
chance?
We
We
have
got- we have a
pictures.
picture.
Leave the trough by any chance.
There's a dish over
No, trough's gone.
the trough's gone.
Trough's
We
gone.
said we would get you a new
I
trough.
will finance the trough.
It's true.
I'll finance the
Get a
trough.
trough.
Yes.
By the way, Becca says that I believe tomorrow is 1,000 days sober for her.
That's
She
incredible.
wanted me to mention that
Wow,
too.
Rebecca.
1,000 days sober.
That's incredible.
for Rebecca. who took
Congratulations.
Pablo and Cruz home with her.
That is awesome. And we had several check-ins last night. Rebecca DM'd me, and so we had several back and
On
forth.
Messenger.
Yes, she got the ducks, Pablo and Cruz, for her parents' anniversary.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes,
That's a great.
And then they are. Here's the deal: they're set up for ducks. Saw the picture.
Oh yeah,
did.
they are.
They are set right now.
Yeah.
Pablo and Cruz can't be happier.
Right.
They just
They're
think about
free.
this. They were in a tank in Tractor Supply, then they end up being with us for a couple days. Never treated great here, but now they're on a farm. Ducks on
Ducks
a
are
farm.
different than chickens. That's what I've listened. That's what I've found out over the last couple of days. You can't just put ducks in a coop. They need water. I mean,
You don't ever see a duck fillet.
right.
They have Chick-fil-A.
Duck fillet, yes. No duck fillet out
They
there.
need water though. They're like you can't just stick them in a coop.
They're in a better spot.
yeah, they're in a better spot.
So thanks to for bringing those guys in, Pablo and Cruz. We were happy they're in a better spot now.
they got
Yes.
web feet.
Last thing before we move on from Idle Chit Chat, we do have a gift.
What?
Nice.
No, we don't.
We have more hats. Yeah, we got hats.
Oh.
From what?
This is courtesy
Those
of
are
Jason Miller of Miller Seed Company.
Hold it. They were at the golf
the
tournament.
Calvary Golf Tournament.
Yes.
Guess who dropped these off?
Kathy Woody.
Kathy Woody.
Stop
comes
it.
through again
Hold
for
it.
early
Stop
break.
it, Woody.
Hey, I'll take that.
So
Okay, I'm not.
I got to
do
save
this.
one of these for Bella. So we got to
Okay.
choose which ones. We choose ours here. And okay, we got a gray one, a red one, a
I like
brown
that
one,
brown one.
and a black one.
I
You
like
want-
that
you
brown.
want
I want the I want the gray and white. Gray
This
and
one?
white. Yes.
This
All right.
is okay. Now
Yeah.
this
These-
automatically.
whoa.
Take
These
that
are
one.
And they're
really,
mesh too.
really handsome.
Oh
Put
wow.
it on.
Yes.
Now I do have a decal pad on from one of our food. Do you know?
That's also from Kathy.
Is this from Kathy?
Yeah. She hooks us up. She takes care of us. So shout out
Oh yeah.
to Miller State, Jason Miller, the owner of that, and for Kathy for putting together that golf tournament again. So these look good.
Yeah. Golf tournament was incredible.
It was a great golf tournament.
They sent us
That
home.
is-
The we probably didn't hit on this much yesterday. Was
What? Is it too tall for me?
Jake's funny in that.
Yes, he is funny in hats. The staff at Firethorn were tremendous.
They
to
were.
us. They were. The staff at Firethorn was tremendous.
Yeah, not
And
everything.
they sent home 60 cookies.
And they're all gone.
And they're
They've all
gone.
been eaten.
So if anybody sees some cookies, just bring them. If they see them laying around, just bring them by the studio.
Yes.
Somebody took a whole box.
The whole box is gone. Shout out to Miller Seed, Jason Miller, and to Kathy Woody for hooking us up with the hats.
That
today.
almost has to be Nick that took those, right?
You think it's Big Swim?
Big swim.
I think it's Big
I
Swim.
called you Big Swim.
Yeah.
Your big swimming pool.
Rico,
over there.
check in. Did you see anything going on yesterday?
Yeah.
Rico, check in. What about Farley? It says Farley written all over it.
Yeah, Farley probably ate the full box that was here
Farley's
by
written
himself.
all.
not
We
the
know
one that
Farley
won.
likes sweets.
He does, yeah. He
Yeah.
loves his
A
sweets.
lot of times we'll bring stuff will come in. Not from us necessarily, but it'll be here for 3 weeks. That's why this is
Yeah.
odd.
Cookies are
Especially
odd,
because
though.
the
It's different.
brownies were really good. We had what 2 or 3 days of Gigi's brownies.
I'd say
I
3
think that's
days.
because they were back there and not up here. The cookies ended up over here, which is where people eat all
So
the
that's
time.
on
10
this, so
feet
this is
away.
on you.
That's
Jake.
on me.
This is
So-
on you, Jake.
Well, I mean, Sip
understand
took
this.
the cookies and put them over there, though.
I
They're on
should.
his
You
desk.
could-
Clean your car; it'll change your day. You'll feel so different.
That is Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by our friends at Newton's Lawn Care. Sign up for a 2024 fertilizer program and receive a free winterizer application this fall. Call or text 402-440-6297. Newton's Lawn Care, Idle Chit Chat.
Could I
sponsor.
add something to Newton's Lawn care?
Yes.
They also aerate.
Okay.
They'll be aerating
big.
in my yard. Talked to him yesterday.
All right.
Did you
Shut up.
over-
Yes,
oversee it?
Andrew Newton's. It's
Did
insane.
you go
what
out
he's
there and
done.
oversee it?
Yeah, I will. Oh, I do. I check
You-
it. Yeah, shoulder. Yeah.
You do.
Oh, yeah. Just,
Missed a spot. Missed a spot. Missed a spot.
I'm gonna say right now, I'm a pretty easy guy to work for. So I'm gonna sort of say that looks great. Everything's great. Sounds good.
I love.
All
I
right.
just trust what you're
I
doing.
love the image of you standing up with your arms crossed.
Stern face, no
done.
smile. Hurry
It's
up.
done. Yeah, right over here.
Don't forget this spot.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Moving on. Sip, you were at practice yesterday. You had a chance
did.
to
You guys,
watch.
first,
what-
we gotta see live. You gotta see live action.
Stop! I
Yeah,
I
you
did.
did.
You're right.
Yeah,
don't forget
yeah.
you watched
forgot.
practice.
You
Yeah.
watch practice.
Approximately.
I did.
So we want to hear
How,
about
how
it.
long did you watch practice for?
I watched
Approximately.
I watched 20 to 20 minutes.
Do they like? Does Keith Mann blow a horn when
No,
it's time
Sip,
for you to leave?
Sip, gotta go.
Yeah,
That's
they-
all I hear. I just
Yeah.
usually I could hear him too. I'm not hearing very well right now, but I heard him yesterday. I just heard a voice in the background. Sip, gotta go. And you just head towards the exits after when you hear
Was
that.
he tan? Was Keith Mann
Keith
tan?
Mann is always
He's
tan.
always tan.
Was
I
he in
mean,
a
he's
golf
got a
outfit?
year. Yes.
Yes.
He was a
Yeah.
little surly. He was a little surly.
Was he?
Because I was
Keith
standing.
Mann respond.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
a little. He can be surly.
Yeah, he could be a little surly.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
Well, we get along. I'd say we're
What was
friends
the problem? Why was he surly?
because there's
Were you
some,
causing
there's some-
problems?
No,
Were you
there-
pushing the envelope? Did you push the envelope?
I was standing over a line that it was
Uh.
you were not supposed to stand over.
He pushed the envelope then.
Yeah, he did.
So
The
he
envelope
did.
was
But a
pushed.
lot
So
of
you
people
did.
A lot of people did. Now here's the deal.
Who was those guys at Omaha World Herald? Was it those guys?
He was a damn
Was it-
World Herald.
Was it the World Herald doing it?
Those-
The
They've been-
godforsaken
You
World
World
Herald.
How
Herald.
dare they?
Yeah.
I'll
no,
be go to hell. The World Herald. What about but all the on three people you think were in line?
Yeah.
Is that what you're
Not
saying?
rule breakers. They're rule
Yeah.
followers.
So we
here,
got 20
Sean.
minutes to watch. What stood out? I don't know.
Well,
I
everyone's
did
gonna-
watch. I did watch I did watch Nick Henrik. He's got a big bulky brace on his right knee, but he's moving around.
And
Well.
that's just a protective thing. So
Yeah.
that's just a confidence and protection thing.
Henrik, I think, is going to start.
Good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think it'll be Reimer, Henrik, and then the jack position. It looks like MJ Sherman. Chief Borders is in that conversation. Jamari Butler's hurt. I'm a big fan of Jamari Butler. You got to get going. He looks like a pass rusher should look like.
Mm-hmm.
He does. What else did I watch?
I have a big question for you because I'm speaking for the fans. Any update on Teddy? Because they thought he'd be back for the first game.
Teddy did not practice. Rule did have a quote on this. He was one of the guys wearing a gold jersey, those are guys that are basically recovering from injury. Teddy told, now I think Jake has a quote on this. Rule did update the left tackle situation. That's what we're talking about. Teddy Prohaska and the left tackle.
We have audio.
It's been Turner. I mean, Turner's the only left tackle I've known since I've been here, right? So I think Turner's playing well. Gunner's done a nice job with the second team. I think Teddy, told me today he's hoping that he'll be back here soon. So he's taking the next phase on in his rehab. So Teddy, to me, I don't want to bring him back a day too early. I'd rather a day too late than a day too early. But I'm sure he'll be ready here soon. And but Turner's playing really good football, and we got a lot of confidence in Turner. And as I said, he's the only guy I've ever, me being in the huddle here in the play, it's the only guy I've ever seen that left tackle with the ones.
Turner Corcoran is who he's talking about. Turner Corcoran is a junior who does have a lot of experience, including a lot of starting experience. So, and then he mentioned Gunnar Gatulis, the number 2 left tackle. That's a true freshman, by the way.
Good for Gunnar.
Yeah, that's a true freshman from Lincoln Southeast.
I'll say this on his recruiting trip. Me and his parents had a great time.
You did?
His mom is awesome.
Really?
Yeah. Well, they're both parents are awesome, but mom is awesome. Just a lot of fun.
Really?
A lot of personality.
Oh, is that right?
It's fun when you have somebody come that's got good personality, just want to be around.
Good to know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
How would you characterize the personality? Upbeat, funny?
Oh yeah, upbeat. Just the room brightens up. Yeah.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
So I was.
She's my bestie. We call each other besties when I see each other.
That?
Yeah.
I'll be go to hell.
Oh,
Gunnar Gatula running with the 2s
nice
right
job,
now.
Gunnar.
Seriously. With Teddy out, 6'10", 325 on Teddy, our friend, said he's trending toward 7 foot. It freaks me out every time I think about it.
Who said that?
Our friend Bert.
What's that? Say just towards 7 foot.
Yeah, he said. I think he's trending towards 7 foot. Which always it freaks me out. I've never seen a football player in major college football or the NFL listed at 7 foot.
Yeah.
Imagine Shaq playing left tackle.
Yeah.
Look
7 foot, 330. Okay. Anyway,
that's what's so unique about Teddy is because he's got so much length, and just to get around him is a lot. Because you also don't see 6'10".
Not very often.
You don't see there's not 6'10" in the NFL. Most of those tackles are 6'5" and a quarter, 6 at that long arms, loopy at that, but so you don't see very much in the 6'10" region. It's happened, but that's just not what it is.
I'll tell you another thing that was big yesterday was Fedoni was our Thomas Fedoni from Council Bluffs, Lewis Central. Now the Fedoni Arik Gilbert conversation is significant to me. If you could tell me right now that Fedoni's is going to be 100% the whole year and be very productive, and Arik Gilbert's going to be eligible and is going to be very productive, I look at the team different. I look at it with much more optimism. I think Gilbert's the type of guy that could be worth a win, a win and a half maybe, if he's really clicking on all cylinders. Fedoni may be the same way. Now, this is the first time Fedoni's been through a camp. I mean, a legitimate camp at Nebraska, and he's making plays. I think you have some sound.
Matt Rule on Thomas Fedoni yesterday after practice.
I don't know. I know Thomas tore his ACL the first time. He took just kind of a really unfortunate knee. It wasn't like the knee gave. That's one of the most gruesome hits I've seen. And just took a hit in the knee last year. So, I think anybody would have blown it out. So I think for him, he's done such a good job rehabbing that I don't notice any difference. He timed him in the summer at 255. He was low 4.5s. He's a freak athlete. He's probably as hard on himself as I am on myself. So we have a lot in common in that regard. But what I'm seeing from him is, if he has a bad play or makes a mistake while he's still angry with himself, he's starting to quickly say what's next and get over it. And he's made some plays at the end of practices in the 2-minute down in the red zone, to Sam's point. He's made some plays down there to win games, win scrimmages for us, or team period. So I'm really happy with where he's coming. He's in there every day with the coaches working to get better. He wants to be here, and I think he will be.
Jake, red zone, tight end. Go.
Red zone offense.
No, I wanted you to talk.
Oh,
Just,
sorry. Well, here's the deal.
Jake, this is a big sticking point with Jake.
I have begged for years for Nebraska to utilize tight ends in general, and they did with Austin Allen. He was a first-team All Big Ten player, which was great, but they just have failed to throw those guys in the red zone or on 3rd and 5. When you got a big guy, throw it up to him. Let him go use his athleticism. Let him jump and win a jump ball. How many?
100.
Look at the guys in the NFL. I mean, Rob Gronkowski was a legend in the red zone.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce, legendary. Tony Gonzalez. All these guys were weapons in the red zone.
You're definitely
now,
right
I'm not saying you have NFL type players like that, but
you have some
if
good
they
ones,
are seen as above average players, then throw to them.
Hundo.
They're your tallest guys. Let them go up for a ball.
They're guys that can do it too. I mean, if Fedoni is really like kind of back, then yeah, you go to him. But I think they are going to him. I think they are. I mean, I think it's a big part of Satterfield's a former tight end coach. That's Marcus Satterfield. They go to the tight ends. They'll go to the tight ends. You just got to get in the rest. Gotta get down there.
I think about your LSU team, Bill, when you had Chase and Jefferson. I mean, you had elite receivers, but you had Moss. Was Moss in that team?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thaddeus Moss, and you threw him. He got red zone throws.
He did a great job in the red zone. And they also had Terrence Marshall, who was a 2nd-round pick.
Yeah, not bad.
And so we had a lot of weapons down there they'll use. Now, I see your tight end conversation differently than you.
Okay.
Because Jake, you said about going up to him. Tight ends really aren't jump ball people as much, but they're big bodies.
They're not
it's
jump
like,
balls.
It's like the box. It's the big body. It's the big frame, so they can run stick routes and different things, and they can catch the ball away from their frame.
Okay.
But they're big bodies and tough matchups.
Okay.
And if you have to go up and play, because they don't call anything either down the red zone. If you're getting people put hands on you and man at that, they could be aggressive, and then they're trying to make a move. You run right through the dude and just basically just get him off of you. So the big body frame does more than the elevation part of a tight end.
Okay. Anyway, they got a couple. Again, Gilbert. No word on Gilbert's waiver from the NCAA. We don't know. Okay, another thing he said, and I don't know if you have this or not. This really got my attention. This is the kind of stuff I like to hear. Jake, you know, you've worked with me for a long time, and I try to send these messages.
Yeah, early break with Sip and Jake.
So
what are you looking for? Which one you want?
When he talks about the freshman receiver and the notion that they're going to have to lean on him, he goes the other direction. He said, I don't know that we're going to need to play freshman receivers.
That rule.
Yeah, I'm giving them all an opportunity to play. I don't know that we need any of the freshmen to play. We'd love to have them play if they're ready, but the older guys know how to play. That first game, the team we're playing, that's gonna be a grown man game. They play real football. If I told our older guys, you guys want to win, you better see a bunch of veterans out there on special teams. You can't subcontract out winning to young players. Now, some young players will be ready, some won't. What you're hoping is that we're just going to give our guys chances to get reps and play. And if they're ready, they're ready. If they're not, they're not. Because otherwise, the freshmen, they'll start to put a ton of pressure on themselves, and they'll start, they can't sleep at night because they're so worried about making a mistake. And it's a game of mistakes, you know what I mean? So the older guys have figured that out. So if Malachi's ready, great. If not, he's going to be a great player here. He's an amazing young man with what things he's done and overcome in his life. If he's ready, great. If Jalen Lloyd's ready, great. If Jeremiah or Jaden's ready, great. But the older guys are the ones who will lead us through. And I think one or two of those guys will step up. I really do, and be ready. And maybe it's game 6, maybe it's game 7. The new rule now you can play 4 games plus the postseason. So hopefully these guys get to play five or so games and go from there.
I like it. I like what he said. I mean, you're starting against Minnesota, which is not. I'm not saying Minnesota's a top 10 team, not a great team, but they have dudes. I mean, it'll be serious. It'll be a serious atmosphere, and it's a lot for a true freshman. I mean, there are true freshmen that can handle it, but more often than not, this is a grown man's game in the Big Ten, and it's a lot of those kids will be pretty wide-eyed, I imagine. And by the way, the second game, the atmosphere is going to be a big-time atmosphere too. So I like that. I like him pouring a little cold water on that. We do this in this market. We do this a lot where we just assume freshmen are going to be ready to go. because there's so much hype attached to everything. I like it when a coach gets up there and tempers that.
Well, speaking of cold water and a wet blanket, wet blankets
Wet
here.
blanket.
Yeah, wet blankets here in the
What's wet
text
blanket
line.
say?
I expected this to happen at some point. He says, wet blanket says this. I hate to interject facts into a simple discussion on this one. Wow. But the tight ends that Satterfield will go to had a combined 4 touchdowns last season when he was calling plays at South Carolina.
Well, he was a tight ends coach. That's all I'm saying. I don't know what their personnel was like.
Okay, but let's give Wet Blanket some credit.
Yeah,
Did
that's
some
true.
research.
Got some stats.
That's
there.
good research.
Did some research.
4 tight end touchdowns last year for South
I
Carolina.
know they might have been going to a big receiver or something. I don't know.
I don't remember their personnel at South
Yeah,
Carolina.
I don't know them well.
Can't
I know
speak to that.
Spencer Rattler took off late in the year.
Yeah.
Did played really well late in the season.
He did.
May or may not be a good stat, by the way. I'm not going to just lavish praise because I don't know what they're doing in the red zone. They might
He's
have
not
had
good. He's not buying it wet
no.
blanket.
They might have had some good answers other than the tight end. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, you never know
Yeah.
unless you're watching it and seeing it.
Right.
But I like
stats in.
But I like the breaker.
stats
It's
without
wet blanket being a wet blanket.
Yeah,
It's what he's
yeah,
gonna do,
yeah. Wet
you know?
blanket is going to be a wet
That's what
blanket.
happens, you know.
Yeah. I think they got 2 good tight ends. That's why I think one's not eligible, however, and one hasn't done anything in a college field. So I get where he's coming from.
Anything else from Matt
Oh,
Rule
yeah,
that
there's
stood
a
out?
lot.
Yeah. What else you got? Come on.
What did you see defensively? What did we see special teams wise? There was this discussion of special teams on some missed kicks from Saturday.
Okay, there was nothing on that front yesterday. Upon further review, though, Jake, that he said the offense wasn't that bad after all on Saturday. You know, we talked a lot about their procedural problems. Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, I think maybe I probably said it wrong after the scrimmage. My issues with the scrimmage were the procedure stuff. Like the football was pretty good. You know, they played good football. The pass protecting was the best it's ever been. It's just, you know, we ran into a phase of like we spent so much time getting reps and less time sort of. You guys have been well. I guess I'm really bad. We spent a lot more times with multiple fields going. We haven't spent probably enough time yet. Coming off the sideline, subbing off the sideline, all those different things. So that was sort of a little bit of a wake up call, but that was all procedural stuff. In terms of the actual football, I thought it was good. You know, so I'm pleased with where, as I told you, you're right where they're supposed to be. Like there's, you know, just if the defense plays well, you know, I'm the head coach. If the defense plays well, it means the offense didn't play good enough. If the offense plays well, it means the defense didn't play good enough. So, but yeah, I think the offense is playing good football. They just had a little more urgency in terms of running on and off the field. So, you know, sometimes players will say things. I heard Jeff yesterday kind of, hey, we're a little sluggish. It's really just more about running on and off the field and getting in the huddle and getting out of it. So I think the football was fine.
Interesting. So maybe that calms people's nerves about the offensive line when Rule was talking. Now, he said the words on Saturday, the defense dominated.
Did say that.
Yeah. So you wonder, where does your mind go? My mind goes to the offensive line. Okay, were they blowing up the offensive line? Apparently not. But again, we don't see it. We used to.
If you don't see it, you don't see it.
Yeah.
And just like I've said 10,000 times to my players like that, pretty soon here the game's gonna be on TV and they keep score. And that's when it matters.
You
and
can't hide from that.
And you get to see it. So whatever it is, will at that time, like I said, is that's just how it'll play out. You'll be able to get a chance to evaluate. That's why I've talked about a lot of times you see some crazy things happen early in the year. And then all of a sudden, like, well, what happened? It's 2-3 games later. It's film. It's like people get to evaluate. Okay, they've got a couple major weaknesses. When I say they, that mean opponent.
Any opponent.
Someone that Nebraska's playing. They have a couple major weaknesses that were not exposed by the other team. They did not go and they did not expose that phase of it. And so that's why things changed dramatically. Also, the other thing that is just complete junk is stats until about game 8. Also, game 2, fourth in the nation in total offense. Doesn't matter. You could play whoever. You know, it
So
doesn't.
you're saying, how
doesn't
about
matter.
5? Can I get you to 5?
That's really about 8. It's about 7 to 8.
Can I get you to 6?
That's when you are. That's who you are. At that time, you
8.
say that's who you are.
Okay.
You've played because just think about some things. Just think about. I mean, where's Georgia going to be after the first 2? I mean, they're games they play. I mean,
they play crap.
Tennessee Martin, their opener.
Yeah.
You know, so
so
all those stats. It's not the NFL.
Right.
You're not playing an NFL team when the
Week
game
one.
starts.
Yeah,
You're
why
not-
would Georgia stats matter when
Yeah.
Florida State plays LSU?
LSU, exactly. So it's like, well, that's funny. After 1 week like that, Florida State's 52nd.
A little sluggish.
52nd in the
That's what
country
we
on
thought.
defense. Like they played
Who they
LSU.
play. Yeah, who they play.
So it was always on stats, and all that really matters is the final ones too. Then by that time you're like, okay, and then you only want to balance them up basically in your conference. Like how are we in our conference? Because that gets a chance to level things out.
That's good wisdom. We're not done yet, are we, Jake? Are we
There's a
done?
lot more stuff going on. We got a lot more football talk.
Well,
One
Okay.
other thing, Fedoni did speak. Fedoni.
I don't have his audio, by the way.
That's okay. So, we were talking about those there's 6 freshman receivers, okay, true freshman scholarship receivers that are vying for time. But the 2 guys that maybe matter more are Han and Alex Bullock. Tyhon, is it?
Tyhon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyhon.
Jonathan Brock guy.
Yeah, and Alex Bullock are guys that they're going to play. And Fedoni, in fact, had this quote about Alex Bullock. This is Thomas Fedoni. Alex Bullock, honestly, is one of the best receivers and route runners I've ever seen. The way he can shift, move his hips, run routes, that kid's pretty crazy. Now, they like him over there. Bullock's going to be a player. He's also vying for a punt return job. I can't say all those guys. I could try. Ethan Nation is in that group. Well, it's Billy Kemp is going to be their punt returner. The other guys are competing for in case Billy Kemp can't do it for some reason. Alex Bullock, Ethan Nation, and Isaiah Garcia Castaneda. Those are the guys back deep. I didn't see the kickoff returners, but I know number 22's back there. Gabe Irvin. And Ethan Nation's back there. You might see Ethan Nation returning kickoffs. Now that's a true freshman that's adapted. And this is what Rule said. Do you got that quote about Ethan Nation?
Sure do.
Yeah. Now this is what I mean. This is what he mean. This is what I'm talking about mental maturity.
Yeah, I don't know what Ethan's role will be yet. He's very dynamic. He's an explosive player. He catches people's attention. He catches their eyes. He plays really hard on defense. He's aggressive. He kind of has a feel for getting the ball. He looks dynamic as a returner, though we haven't done a lot of live returns yet with him. Like we've done some thudded up ones. So young returners, it's always about their ball security and ability to protect the football. And so I don't have a great feel for that yet because he is a defensive player. But I can see his athleticism, his explosiveness, and his mindset. A lot of this is just about maturity. Everybody has the talent to play. Who has the mindset to prepare to play all the time? And he has that. He has that confidence and that swagger that's humble enough to also coach still.
Reminds me of Hartzog. He doesn't remind me of Hartzog, but what Rule's saying reminds me of Malcolm Hartzog. He was a true freshman that seemed older than that, right?
Sounds that's if he's alluding to, and that'd be a great thing for Nebraska if that is true.
Yeah.
And even Malcolm, it wasn't until I guess that I was the defensive coordinator that we started it against Indiana.
Right,
So
right.
we were into the season a little bit. So we had a chance to see
4
a
or
few
5
things.
games in. Yeah.
Had a chance to see a few things of what was going on. But also like I said with Bullock, he played on special teams for us last year. Alex, and like I said, he's a talented young man, so he's played just like what Coach was talking about. It's nice to have guys that have actually played in games, even if it's just on the field for eight snaps. Yep. I've ran out there. It's different when you go out there. Like I said, it's different when you go out there and there's a crowd and there's all this thing, the energy and the pregame and all those different things getting ready for a game. It's hard to control your emotions.
Right.
And
It's
so
a lot.
it's a lot. Like just being a pro for how we warm up, what we do, all those things, it's a lot.
Yeah. It dawns on me sometimes when I'm at those games on the field before the game. You go to Oklahoma and you're on the field before the game, man. Yeah. There's a lot going down.
Yeah.
It's going down.
Yeah.
In
When we were at Oklahoma a couple of years ago, and I was
there with you.
I didn't do anything. I just kind of hung out with the team.
Yeah.
And I went, the band was out, and so I walked out of the tunnel. I walked down the Oklahoma sideline. I went to cross over, and the band had come all the way down to, and they flipped and started marching down this way. I about got caught right in the trombone section, right in the middle, right at the 50-yard line. Right in the 50-yard line.
Bill is trapped.
5 minutes before kickoff, and all of a sudden, here comes the band coming right down, headed north.
That was that 11 a.m. kickoff, right?
It's the 11 a.m. kickoff right there.
Yeah. It's funny. I was standing over. I was standing over by the tunnel, and I was standing with Dom Raiola, and he said, "Sip, watch out." And I just looked over, and the head coach just like brushed right by me. What was his name? Oklahoma head
Lincoln
coach.
Riley.
Yeah, Lincoln Riley. Just
Take go.
went right behind me. I'm like, oh, shit.
That guy. Just
I'm
Lincoln
not
Riley.
standing in the right place. Anyway, yeah, a lot. It's a lot for freshmen.
Well,
And Minnesota will be a lot because there'll be a live crowd.
we sadly won't be able to have Sean this morning. We ran late again.
Oh,
That happens.
oh,
But
oh.
I talked to Sean. It's fine. We've communicated.
You're amazing.
We'll have some more breakdown of practice. How about that? We didn't get to all the audio yet.
All right.
Is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
What more thoughts from practice yet? Next, an early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Proud to be voted Best Vape Shop.
Generation V.
Is thrilled to announce our newest location is now open at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
With the largest selection of vape, Delta 8, Kratom, all your favorite brands of disposables, e-liquid, and premium THCA flower.
Generation V.
We'll guide you through our extensive collection to help you find a perfect fit.
Generation V.
With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, Seward, York, Kearney, and Beatrice. Visit our newest store now open at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E6 contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in August. Try their new lemon cream cheese on any bagel or breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte. As 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Great Plains Trail Network. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Are you ready to upgrade your combine? Don't wait. Act now to choose from the widest selection of used combines at Acres Equipment. Acres, Nebraska's leading John Deere combine dealer, is offering 2.9% interest for 60 months on over 100 combines. Each combine includes our A-plus uptime program to keep you running flawlessly throughout harvest season. Go to acres.com to view a huge inventory of low-hour, late-model equipment. Find what you like, and we'll deliver to your farm for free. Acres, solutions for every field.
Our Remington Homes has really expanded and taken off in the last 5 years.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about their exciting new division, Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier and more affordable.
The exciting thing about a Remington home is you get to choose your floor plan from predetermined floor plans. You can select your options. We give you a lot of choices. By selecting certain floor plans, they're just easier to build. And you couple that with our great lot selection in all different areas. People do not want to be married to their house payment. They want to get a nice house with nice finishes, a great area for an affordable price. And that's what Remington Homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
There's a buzz in the air at Kansas. Maybe it's the roar of fans here at the track, or the anticipation of the playoffs as drivers fight to move on to the next round and keep their championship hopes alive. Maybe it's the pulse of the heartland, the thrill of speed, or the sounds of grills sizzling in the campgrounds. Whatever it is, it will be one memorable weekend. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 8th through the 10th. Get your tickets today at kansasspeedway.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 7th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
H&H Roofing, established in 2015, is proud to serve the local area, which includes the tri-state area in Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. H&H Roofing has a professional team that are licensed and bonded, GAF Master Certified Installers, and an insurance preferred contractor that will work directly with your insurance company. Also a leading roofer, siding, and gutter specialist. H&H Roofing will service all residential, commercial, and agricultural needs. Go to hnhroofs.com for more information or call 402-5926.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You were so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electric today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Bob just wanted to say thank you for a record-setting July here at Koppel. The summer sales event continues in August. Incentives are crazy good. Check this out. We got 0.9% financing along with a $2,500 trade-in rebate on select new models. You heard right. 0.9% financing has been along with a trade-in rebate. Also, our GM certified used inventory is filling up fast. So make that money-saving drive to Koppel. It's just south of the interstate, or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with roof credit.
Well, good morning, brother. It's Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Dana Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, we will try to have Sean Callahan on next week. We get long-winded. When we have Matt Rule audio and Sip and watch practice, the conversations get long.
He's the eyes of Nebraska right now.
The conversations get long.
He is the eyes of Nebraska.
I've chatted with
He's
Sean.
painting a picture through everything. It's incredible.
We had to hear how practice was going and hear from Matt Rule. So you were able to see the things that Rule was talking about.
You did talk to Sean.
I did text with Sean. We'll figure it out going forward. We'll make sure we get to Sean.
People do like to hear from Sean.
They do. The problem is that Sean has to be out right at 6:45. But in the summertime, he can go as long as he wants. We could go as long as we wanted to. But the 6:45 out is the problem. So we will try to be better in getting to him.
He has a hard out.
Apologies to Sean and to those who want to hear from Sean. But
is Sean cleaning his car?
I don't know, but he's got a nice one.
If you clean your car, you'll feel better about yourself.
You probably should.
God, I haven't cleaned my car. Well, maybe since I've gotten it. I just don't. I'm not the.
I couldn't
car
imagine.
guy.
I couldn't imagine getting in your car like in the past.
I wouldn't do it if I were you.
Why?
No, there are people that will look at it and say, "No, I'm not."
What about the car wash?
I do that sometimes, but not very often. Look at that; she looks good. I mean,
it's not like
no,
covered in mud and everything and dirty.
The inside of the car tells you a lot about yourself.
Don't say that. That's not good. I got a lot of.
He had ducks. He had ducks in that car, in that truck.
Yeah, I don't know. I look at it more as a work vehicle. I always have. I've always treated my trucks that way.
There's nothing wrong with that. Trucks are meant to be driven.
Yeah, I've always looked at them as work vehicles.
Yeah,
like
Pablo and Cruz liked it.
If it gets banged around, if stuff gets banged, I'm like, yeah, it's a work truck. I mean, this is what it is. I mean, that old truck I had, that Silverado I banged it into so many things. It was incredible. Silverados. I'm here on behalf of Silverados. I would bang it into. Oh, like when I parked at the Journal Star, they had these yellow poles,
concrete poles.
And I'd hit it and go, "Oh God, this is gonna be bad." And get out, check it out. No, just a yellow, just some yellow paint.
Yeah, that's it. So you hit things in the parking lot often.
Not bad.
That's interesting.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Was there anything else we didn't get to in the first segment regarding practice? You wanted
defense? We didn't hit much on defense.
Why, Jake? Was there much? I don't think there was.
Defensive line depth from Matt Rule.
Yeah. That was good. Hey, thank you, Bill. He did talk about that.
Here's Matt Rule on the depth of the defensive line.
Yeah, I won't know a lot about some of the younger kids until they actually play in a game. I can see their talent. I can see what they're going to be. I can see where they are right now in the transition on that sort of that spectrum towards from potential to performance. But I like them. I like the group. We've had some unfortunate things with Maverick and Brody, but for the most part, most of the guys are pretty healthy and playing at a pretty high standard. So I know we have at least 6 guys we can play with. I'd like to be at 8 or 9, and I feel that some of those guys are really kind of coming on. So we have to just continue to grind through this. This isn't just about the first game or the second game. For me, it's about, the entire season, and we're going to need a lot of guys. I remind the players there hasn't been a time for me as a head coach where a guy who started the year on the scout team doesn't end up playing. So we're trying to coach everybody.
So if he's talking about 6, you're probably talking about, I think right now, if they started, if there was a game tomorrow, out there in the starting front 3 would be Robinson, Nash, Hutmacher, and Blaze Gunnarsson, I think. Judy would get you to 4 of the 6 that he's talking about. I think Kai Wallin he's a transfer, a JUCO transfer. That would probably gets you to 5. And I think Buckley, Ruquan might be 6. And then you start figuring in the young guys, Prince Will,
Uman Mielen.
Yes.
Uman Mielen.
Nice. Cam Lenhart, those guys. I just wonder. I just don't know how they're going to hold up front. That's what and when I say I don't know, I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I just don't know. But that's going to be critical. And you know what the beauty is? The beauty is they play. I like it when they play a good team out of the gate from my standpoint. Now, if I were a head coach, my standpoint, I might be a little different. But from my perspective, we'll know a lot about how they're going to hold up front after game 1.
Absolutely.
We will. I mean, Minnesota will test them. Minnesota's not great, but they'll try to test you up front. So
they have a game plan. They know what they want to do.
Yeah.
Minnesota. They're not testing things out.
Yeah. So I don't know. I get really edgy when people start saying, yeah, well, they got Prince Will and Cam Lenhart. Yeah, they're kids.
They haven't played before.
I mean, they're going to be playing guys up. I mean, those Minnesota linemen that will have children. I mean, that are grown men that have beards and picket fences. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that was the conversation that
401k.
when we talked.
Yeah, 401ks. They're going to be on their second wife by now.
It's not always a bad thing.
At any rate. So, when you start talking about throwing true freshman linemen in there.
Just remember what DiNardo said. DiNardo mentioned that Minnesota looked like they were in year 7 of the head coach's regime.
Right.
And that they looked really good size as far as they looked the part of a Big Ten team.
Oh.
He said that was the one thing he did note. I'm not saying he didn't say it about Nebraska. I'm just saying he mentioned that about Minnesota. What we're saying is that it's going to be a bunch of grown men.
Mm-hmm.
I went to some Minnesota football yesterday.
You did?
And it was pretty positive stuff they were talking about. They're talking about how the O-line, even though they have a bunch of new players, has been really good. But right now, that's kind of if you just went right now to Vanderbilt, it'd be like, how's it going? Like, that's really good. Everyone says that there's nothing right now comes out of that's like, I don't know. Whew, we got some deep issues,
right?
Type of
not
thing.
many places.
No, every place
it's optimism.
Everything is very optimistic. Yes.
Yeah, and what you get caught up in is, I think it happens probably most places, is we get very myopic. And what I always try to think about as I'm covering this is, okay, don't be myopic. Think about the opponent and who they're going to be playing and can this guy operate against this certain guy? Can this certain position group operate against Michigan? That Michigan game will be here before you know it. That's what you're talking about.
That's why records in the NFL. In the NFL, it's the same salary cap. It's the same draft picks. Everything's the same. Where it's just not the same. So records, like I said, you see what Michigan's doing. I mean, their first 3 games who they're playing.
Yeah.
So the records, and so the records don't just
right. It's hard.
That's why it gets rough sometimes in some teams. Right now, where it's been like a 1-loss team can get into the playoffs. It's like, geez, they played some really good teams, and somebody didn't play hardly anybody.
Right.
And so the
flawed.
Yeah. So you can't get excited about. You have to talk about who you beat. You have to talk about who you beat. Yeah. It has to be real teams that you beat.
Let's see what else got our attention here. Hey, he did talk about the backup quarterbacks again.
He did.
I think people would be interested in that.
We have audio.
We got audio.
Nice.
Chuba Purdy and Heinrich Harburg per Matt Rule from yesterday.
Yeah, we can win. We can play and win with Chuba or Heinrich. We get a lot of reps here, and those guys are playing really good football. Chuba's made just massive strides. I think probably a lot of it just has to, new coaching staff was trying to prove a lot in the spring, and I think he settled down and just played football. So he's been excellent in the passing game. He can really run, and Heinrich's passing ability is really developing, getting through progressions, understanding protections, seeing the field. So I think both guys have had a really good camp. Both guys are dual threat quarterbacks. They can both run and throw. They're both 4-5 guys. So they give us a lot of flexibility. And then Luke Longhole's here with us. Luke, we just had a threes live scrimmage at the end of practice, and he did a great job. He knows the system. He knows the scheme. So we have 4 guys we feel like can go out and execute for us.
I have not the slightest idea who will be the number 2 quarterback. It sounds like it's close. I'd like to see what Chubba Purdy looks like after having made massive strides. I wonder what that looks like. Like. I mean, maybe do it look like Brock Purdy?
That'd be okay.
Yeah,
he's just older. He's had more time. It's just
right.
He's been at 2 programs that with Florida State in here. He's been around some good programs, good coaching, and so now he's just older. So that happens. There's been a lot of quarterbacks that have played late in their career. That's like, whoa,
right?
What happened there?
Yeah, you're right.
What happened there?
Maybe Chubba will be that guy.
He might be. When we come back, song of the day and mailbag on early break.
Mailbag.
On
I
the
love
ticket.
mailbag.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking cares 48-hour work week round. Their strong team culture, not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
H&H Roofing, established in 2015, is proud to serve the local area, which includes the tri-state area in Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. H&H Roofing has a professional team that are licensed and bonded, GAF Master Certified Installers, and an insurance-preferred contractor that will work directly with your insurance company. Also a leading roofer, siding, and gutter specialist. H&H Roofing will service all residential, commercial, and agricultural needs to HNHroofs.com. For more information or call 402-359-2546.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing time. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
It's not often a man wakes up and says, I feel the best I have in years. We hear this all the time at Limitless Mail, and it can happen to you when you go to Limitless Mail and get a blood test to see what your body is missing. That's how simple it is. Schedule a free consult with Limitless Mail. Discuss your symptoms. Do the blood test. If your lab results say you're low in testosterone, we can fix that. Age is just a number. You can feel your best again. Just ask Limitless Mail.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's effort. It's the entire dealership, sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Warning, this ad will use the F word often, so listen at your own risk. Family fun, fun with friends, freedom from fuel, free Yeti cooler, free driveway delivery. Hey, this is Carl from Nebraska Golf Carts and Priced Right Auto, and we have the all-electric Bentelli Fun Carts, and they are a blast. Plenty of fun colors, and these street-legal carts come in both 4 and 6 passenger. Tell us you heard us on the ticket and get a free Yeti cooler with your purchase. Hurry, supply is limited. Check them out at 1235 West O in Lincoln or NebraskaGolfCarts.com.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at PlainsCoverCrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go big Brand.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
You love the Bash's sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're
No,
a big tough?
never feel like an
If
idiot.
you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
he stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, your song of the day with a little help from my friends by Joe Cocker, 1969, 464-5685. 1 is bad, 10 is good. Text your rating, the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day.
Gosh, that's a masterpiece.
It's music right there.
Yeah.
That's some music.
Yeah, it really sounds
Yeah.
good in headphones.
It does sound like that. I nailed the drums. I nailed the drums.
I think you broke the drums.
Yes.
Someone says the way that Bill hit those cymbals. Wow.
It was wild.
Yeah.
He was like the Tasmanian devil.
Hit the cymbals.
Oh,
And
I was
the-
violent.
Seen a cartoon this yesterday. I thought of Pepe Le Pew. Remember Pepe Le Pew?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, Jake. I mean, you're sort of all over the map. Sometimes you play songs that are just incredibly bad, like that John Popper crap. But that
Blues Traveler.
Yeah. But that was really good. I just don't know how you can go under a 9 on that. So I'll go 9.0076.
Nice. That's a great shower song. If you're in the shower. Oh yeah. If you're in the shower and that's playing like that, you're that. I'd like that. My Alexa.
Great shower song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could see that.
The shower song, 100%. Would never turn that off. That was an incredible song.
No, you don't turn that.
And
off.
you hit the drum
I hit the
solo.
drum solo. It was
You hurt
and
yourself.
that last little part. It was just.
Did you hurt yourself doing that?
A little bit. You got a
Shoulder
labrum
up.
issue. Labrum. I'm going to go with it. 88649.
High scores.
88649.
Wait a
Loved
second,
it.
What? 8.
8649.
Okay.
High scores today. Let me play Legal ID, and then I'll get to the other scores. Hang on 1 second.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Some ratings here before the mailbag. We got a Notorious B.I.B. 5.68. Henry a 10. A lot of people have said the Wonder Years. That was the intro to the Wonder Years. Great show. 8.99 from I did see that show, by the way. Not all the episodes. I've definitely seen several episodes of the Wonder Years.
Great show.
8.99 from Guilt Nerd. We got Rick from Wahoo gives it a 7.5. Scott from Bancroft 7.78. Age 45, by the way. Mike and Dalton 6.75. Jennifer 9. Hubby 8.1 from Capitol Beach.
Well,
Nice.
I figured they'd like that one.
Shelly says that's a 9.5. Drumstick 9.2. West East Lincoln West 8.4. Who in Columbus?
Bird
8 from Bird in Columbus.
Nice. That's high for Bird.
Yeah,
Pretty
Bird's
good.
a hard.
Bird's a hard grader for
Yes.
sure. Let's see. We got a 7.1. Jake and Hickman a 2.8. That's
Whoa.
lowest
Whoa,
score
that
by
caught
far.
me. That
Lowest
caught
score
me.
by far.
Okay.
6.7 from Kent says that's a big drive down the middle of the fairway.
Boom.
Boom. Right down the pipe.
That is.
Someone says, holy bleep, Jake, you nailed it this morning.
Yes.
There's an S-bomb there.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. 1.6 from Longsker.
Long skirt.
Got up on the wrong side of the bed.
Yep. Try again.
Day will get better.
Try again, Longsker. Hole in the boat says meh, 3.34.
Hole in
Try
the boat.
again.
Great name.
Sanderson, 8.745.
Texas Casanova. Anything?
Don't see anything yet. Scooter Naroka, 9.68. Super, he says.
Oh, I can see Scooter liking that.
Nyla, 9.5.
Ooh, Nyla. Thank you for the candy.
Yes,
Kyle,
thank you.
Kyle, 9.2. Someone says rather hear it Conway Twitty than that one. That's a 3.
Hello,
hello, darling. Twitty City. It's good.
Crawford, 8.4 on that one. Josh in Webb City, Missouri, 7.9.
Webb
Age
City.
47.
A home of the Wistroms.
That's right. 9.37 from somebody. 11 from somebody. So
11.
That's a high score.
Yes.
There's your ratings. Song of the day again, with a little help from my friends by Joe Cocker from 1969.
That's
Jake.
incredible.
Jake, good job.
Thank you. It is time for the mailbag. So here we go on a Wednesday. All right, to the mailbag. Questions pulled up here. Always ready for this. Okay, Michael says this. And Mark is here, by the way.
With cake.
With cake.
Good morning, guys. The movers are arriving today. We will be moving to Hawaii, where I'll be stationed for the next 2 to 3 years.
Whoa.
Hawaii has produced some great players over the years, a few Huskers and future Huskers. Of the following Hawaiian football players that did not go to Nebraska, which guy would have made the biggest impact for the Huskers during their time in college? Here's some options. Tua Tagovailoa, Manti Te'o. Says Levante David could be a comparison for him. Marcus Mariota, DeForest Buckner, or Timmy Chang.
I'm going Mariota.
I'm going Mariota. I'm going Mariota too.
I think you got to go Mariota.
I'm going Mariota.
That was the same time frame as Tommy Armstrong at Nebraska.
Quarterback. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm looking for a quarterback.
Mariota for sure.
Mariota's still in the league. Won the Heisman.
Yeah.
Well, Tua would be all right. Though Tua
Yeah,
was
Tua-
2017 and 2019. That was Nebraska's.
I'd go Mariota way ahead of Tua.
Okay, all right. Enough shots fired
Yeah.
over there. Hey, enjoy Hawaii though, Michael. 2 to
Yeah.
3 years he's moving there for. That's
Well,
incredible.
And where our thoughts are
Absolutely
with Hawaii.
Yeah, just going here rough here. This is from Josh on the mailbag. He says, only 38% of people immediately recognize their own voice when they hear it. I'm curious if by having your voice recorded on a daily basis, if any of you actually get used to hearing what you actually sound like. You get used to it.
Well,
Might sound
I
the way
don't. When you do hear yourself, it freaks you out. I do recognize my own voice now, but when the first time, back when things were simpler times, and all of a sudden you heard your voice on something, you're like, "Whoa, that really throws." And,
Yeah, it
and
does.
You hear your voice all the time at press conferences too when we play the audio.
I like looking at myself more than hearing myself.
Yeah, I don't like hearing myself. I don't.
I'm joking about that, by the way. I don't like looking at myself.
I don't listen to show to critique myself because I think.
Don't you?
No.
Well, your sister does that.
My sister
Yeah,
does
that's what
that.
Tammy's for.
Yeah, she's scathing.
She's the one who gets it.
scathing. Yeah, she critiques you too.
I bet.
We just had this one come in because they saw you playing the drums
Yes.
here. Someone says, "What is the best instrument in a band?" Ooh. That's from Tommy. Tommy.
There's two things. One, the muted horn. The muted
answer.
horn.
With the,
yes, the play with the mute on the.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So the muted horn. The muted horn for me, and the second is the steel guitar. The
Those
steel
are good.
guitar.
That's a good answer.
Muted horn, steel guitar.
I'm gonna go sax if there's a good
Yes,
sax.
Saxophone is a must.
Oh, when it breaks
Clarence,
out,
Clarence.
Clemens.
Yeah,
When it breaks out,
if someone breaks out a good sax, it's crazy. And you can always go with Slash lead guitar. That's pretty.
There's
if
never
there's one that's
there's
good.
never a time when I've heard it like an unbelievable whatever whoever the best do a guitar riff and then compare that to like a saxophone or a music. It's like no, it's not even close.
Ooh,
a guitar riff
like
just
the
does
sax.
Guitar riff does nothing for me.
Sax.
It's a matter of fact, it's like extremely boring. It's like when's this gonna end?
There's like if you hear like even Skinner has a horn section on some songs. That's incredibly cool. Like they call me the Breeze Live. There's a horn section and it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Last one from Abby. She says, Bill has had sugar. He's had 2 ducks now. What's the next animal at the Busch household coming up?
Well, that's a great question. That's a great question. I got to think through that a little bit because I'm not going to get fish. We're not doing any fish.
Why is that?
The tank is just too much work. That for the what you get from it, it's just that's just not enough. That's not enough for me.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, that would not be enough.
We will not be having a fish stores as
The
sponsors.
best chance is going to be a rescue dog, a buddy, a friend for sugar. That's the best chance.
Yeah.
Yes, that'll be the best
That'd
chance
be
we have. We have a lot of animals. And Bugs is now gone. Bugs is gone to retirement. He's down at Del Boca Vista Phase 4 over at Roseanne's house in the condo. Bugs likes his life pretty good over there.
So maybe a rescue dog.
A rescue dog will bite us up. That's a great question. Thank you.
That's for Abby. So thanks to Abby.
Abby.
When we come back, top of the hour, that noise you heard yesterday was a lot of deflated fans sing Michigan at 11 a.m. and not nighttime. We'll discuss that next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's not often a man wakes up and says, I feel the best I have in years. We hear this all the time at Limitless Mail, and it can happen to you when you go to Limitless Mail and get a blood test to see what your body is missing. That's how simple it is. Schedule a free consult with Limitless Mail. Discuss your symptoms. Do the blood test. If your lab results say you're low in testosterone, we can fix that. Age is just a number. You can feel your best again. Just ask Limitless Mail.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of their family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. This Friday and Saturday, enjoy a 2-day sale on USDA Choice Bacon Wrapped Sirloins for just $3.99 per 8-ounce cut. A 5-pound box of snow crab clusters for just $49.99. And when you buy 2 1.75 liters of Captain Morgan spiced rum, you can get it for just $19.99. Stop by for the 2-day sale this Friday and Saturday at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-9462. Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Arnold's Tavern in Havelock is the place to be this summer and the best place in town for shuffleboard. Come on Wednesdays and learn from some of the best players in town for the Shuffleboard Corner. Come on Sundays for Open House League all day starting at 11 a.m. and enjoy $3 tall boys and $3 wells. Shake off the start to the work week with karaoke on Monday nights. And don't forget, happy hour is every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and you are always welcome to bring in your own food. Arnold's Tavern in the heart of Havelock.
Warning, this ad will use the F word often, so listen at your own risk. Family fun, fun with friends, freedom from fuel, free Yeti cooler, free driveway delivery. Hey, this is Carl from Nebraska Golf Carts and Price Right Auto, and we have the all-electric Bentelli Fun Carts, and they are a blast. Plenty of fun colors, and these street-legal carts come in both 4 and 6 passenger. Tell us you heard us on the ticket and get a free Yeti cooler with your purchase. Hurry, supply is limited. Check them out at 1235 West O in Lincoln or NebraskaGolfCarts.com.
H&H Roofing, established in 2015, is proud to serve the local area, which includes the tri-state area in Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. H&H Roofing has a professional team that are licensed and bonded, GAF Master Certified Installers, and an insurance-preferred contractor that will work directly with your insurance company. Also a leading roofer, siding, and gutter specialist. H&H Roofing will commercial and agricultural needs. Go to HNHroofs.com for information or call 402-359-2546.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs de-inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. But there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough you won't want to share? A big check on the Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery, online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Wednesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2 sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
FDIC, and I think they were the originators of FDIC.
They're the first one.
They're the first ones. They started
there.
Steve Schindler said when he took over at Midwest Bank in Creighton, that is when he made the decision that we needed to have some sort of security system for our banks to make sure your money was safe.
And that's
so
when
Steve came up with
FDIC became-
FDIC. Yes,
How about that?
He invented that.
That was a good idea.
Yeah, it's a really good idea like that. So
Well,
that was good. One more thing, if I
yeah.
could, Abby, I feel bad. I kind of locked up there. It's real simple. I thought that it's a pot-bellied pig.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's
that'd
the
be
next
that
pet at the
Sugar would
Busch
love
household.
that. A pot-bellied pig running around. Just don't.
I'd come over and see the pig all the time.
Who wouldn't come over to see a pig? I mean, right away it's like I have a dog.
Just put it in a pin.
Yeah,
pot-bellied pig.
A pot-bellied pig. You do. I'll come over and see that.
The pin wouldn't be hard to construct.
No.
Just need
We'll
some-
lay some concrete.
Well, I don't know if you need concrete. I think you put them in dirt.
Yeah, put them some
They
dirt.
want to roll around. They don't want to roll
and you
around
can feed
the
them
concrete.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can feed
All
them
the
anything.
scraps possible.
Scraps.
Just feed it to the
Feed it
pot-bellied
to-
pig.
That'd be awesome. And then if he passes away, we have some smoked ribs.
Oh, that's morbid.
Not really.
Not really.
Not too bad.
When the pig's gone, well,
Not
it's a
too
good dinner
Yeah.
for you there. Good lunch and dinner.
Smoked ribs sound good.
By the way, I got a text.
Anybody?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Got a text from Sanderson. He
Oh,
says,
Sanderson with the hair.
says our neighbors just walked by with their corgi. I am just laughing out loud, imagining an attack of the corgis on Elizabeth.
Still out there, isn't it, Jake?
Very
Still out
insensitive.
Very
Jake.
insensitive.
Well, I talked about it. She laughed about it last night,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
it's fine.
Okay.
I mean, how long could they
should've
chase
stood.
you? About like they can only go
Yeah,
like 10
a
yards.
block.
They'd be
A block
a
at the
block at the most. They can only run, and their legs are how long? I mean,
Yeah, they're not long at all.
Not long,
Not
no.
long at all.
yes. Sanderson's good to hear. From
Dustin has a question. Before we move on, Dustin says, when and why did Coach rehome Bugs? Remind the people of that again. Why'd you rehome?
For a better life. Bugs was the only place we have for Bugs is downstairs, which I'm down there a bunch, and Gigi's down there a bunch. And then Gigi now is in high school. She's on the dance team. She is gone a lot. So with that being said, for a while when we were moving, Bugs lived with Roseanne, and she basically trained it.
And who's Roseanne?
Roseanne would be Laura's mom, my mother-in-law.
Okay.
And she trained it so Bugs can run free in the house and then comes back into the cage and goes to the bathroom. Bugs is very well trained.
Oh, wow.
And so Bugs likes it over there with the interaction, has more freedom. And then Roseanne came across this $500 condominium for rabbits on sale for $100.
Oh.
And so she was like, I think life will be better there because so she sits where Bugs is at now. It's in the same room where Roseanne is every day. So just more time like that. So
All right,
it
there you
was
go.
so but yes.
There you go.
I want to take you guys back and listeners back. 2 years ago, Bill, you were there. Nebraska played Michigan here in Lincoln. It was electric. It was a night game. We had the light show before the fourth quarter. Michigan's players were talking smack on the field during the light show. Remember that? It got a little crazy after probably the best quarter of the Scott Frost era. That third quarter was probably the best quarter that his team had at all.
Stadium was alive.
In
It was
his
alive.
era at Nebraska.
It was alive. The night
Was Nebraska loses the game, but it was a good football game. They lose it late. And think now to yesterday, where we had news that the Nebraska-Michigan game this year on September 30th in Lincoln will be at 11 a.m. Big noon kickoff. There it is. That's the sound of a deflated city. That's sad that there'd be a great buildup to that game. Like it was last time. I mean, Nebraska's record, they were 3-3 at that point. They were doing okay. Okay, that could have been a huge stepping point to a good year. They lose it, and you still feel good about where things were going. But it's the fact that Jim Harbaugh is coming to town with probably a top 5 team at the worst, right? Top 3
coming
team.
in? Oh, yeah. No, top 2.
Top 2 team in the country.
At the worst.
You want to see that as a night game. 11 a.m. is a buzzkill. That's a huge buzzkill announced yesterday for
Can't
Nebraska.
push back
fans.
on that. I can't. I'd
It's
like
a huge
to.
buzzkill, but I'm going to throw this out to you. When you're playing team, right now, again, Harbaugh's been there for what, 7 years. I think everyone say right now, probably overall, they're slightly ahead of the Huskers where they're at.
Slightly.
Would you agree?
Yeah. I'd say a little more than slightly.
So,
but
so
yeah.
they're ahead.
Remove
right now.
the slightly.
Okay, so they're ahead right now. When you play someone that's ahead, play them at 11 a.m.
Ooh.
You get a lot more asleep at the wheel. You get a lot more of Michigan asleep at the wheel,
like Ohio State.
Ohio State 2 years ago. They were. I watched them warm up. I'm like they're asleep at the wheel. They're
What
not,
did you see in warmups that
you
led you
just
to
tell.
believe that?
You just tell they're just like going, what are we doing? What are we doing? We're out here. It's 11 a.m. That is abnormal for them. Now I know it was 12 o'clock their time, but still, that's just not normal. On the road, it's harder. 11 a.m.s are harder on the road than they are at home, and so I think that's it. Overall, it's a big advantage for Nebraska. The advantage is Nebraska to catch a team.
Yeah.
How many times all of a sudden you're watching the early game, you're going like, what is going on here? That happens a lot.
It does.
That happens a lot with them.
I can't deny that. You're right. They definitely can catch them asleep at the wheel, but it's just the fact that your last time playing them in Lincoln was a night game, and it was an amazing football game. It was a really good game. The fans were crazy. That atmosphere, as you said, you were there. We were all there. It was absolutely bananas. It was wild in that stadium.
It was interesting. It's always this sort of thing is interesting to me. Nebraska was a struggling program, but if you tuned in, if you're just a guy in Olympia, Washington, and said, I'm gonna check this Michigan-Nebraska game out, you would never guess that Nebraska is a struggling program. It's like a crazy atmosphere. It's jam-packed. They're playing with Michigan. You wouldn't say, Nebraska's really hit the skids. Not if you just didn't know much and we're watching that game. That atmosphere is incredible, especially for a team that's on the skids. It was, I don't know. You're right, Jake. And we all have that image, and you kind of wanted to see that image again. Now you're not gonna. It's up. Do it one more time.
From the Camaro around.
Well, I think about So you have a night game with Northern Illinois. That's your first home game. 6 p.m. game.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
And Northern Illinois is a 6 p.m. game,
Okay.
the first home game, and then Michigan's 11 a.m. But you're
they're selling it as it's the big noon game.
It's the big noon game. It's the big noon game.
Which I think myself, the Fox big noon staff is really good. I like it. But the 11 o'clock kick, no. I've never liked it for the 11 o'clock kick is always what it is for Ohio State, Michigan's always the early kick, and so is Oklahoma, Texas. And I'm like, I don't like it. Would you like to watch Oklahoma, Texas at night? I'd love to watch that game at night. It hasn't. It's always
Bama, Texas was 11 a.m.
11 a.m.
That epic game.
Yeah, there's no competition on that Saturday. I mean, Nebraska, Michigan is as good as Fox can do. Like the afternoon game on Fox is Michigan State, Iowa. You can't put that at noon. That can't be a big noon game. I mean, as much as Nebraska struggled, there's still a draw.
Oh, the eyes are there.
Yeah.
The eyes are there.
And Michigan's Michigan. Nebraska's in this kind of weird spot where the TV executives still like Nebraska, even though it's struggled. They're going to look at Nebraska and say, we're going to match them against UCLA and televise it. We're going to match them against USC. Whereas they might not do that. They're much less apt to do that with the Purdue.
Yeah. It's not they're no one's like, we've got to get USC to Indiana. We've got to get that.
No,
USC to Nebraska.
Get them to Nebraska.
Or the other way around.
Yeah.
They'll love Nebraska and California because the Californians for Nebraska. They will love them out there. They draw so many fans when they play out there. We played at UCLA when I was a graduate assistant here. There had to be 30,000 fans.
Nebraska fans
at the game. Yeah, there's just so many fans there at the game. But yeah, I think it's advantage Nebraska. Buzzkill for the fans.
Some people would not. I'm sure there's some people scratch their head a little bit on that, but it makes sense to me based on what I've seen. And you're right. There's often times when you're watching an 11 a.m. game, especially in the first part of it, you're going, what?
Yeah.
Well, what is Oklahoma doing? Like Jake, Oklahoma, Kansas, a couple years ago.
Yes.
You're like, what is going on? 11 a.m. kickoff.
What time was it?
11 a.m.
Yeah,
They're gonna pull this sucker off.
Yeah, 11 a.m. kickoff.
You want it's not a bad thing
right.
for the opportunity to play well, opportunity to win.
Yeah, guys, you wouldn't think Michigan would sleepwalk in there, but you wouldn't have thought Ohio State would sleepwalk into Lincoln, right? They have a lot on the line.
The game you were at, that's a sleepwalk. Oklahoma at that time.
Oh yeah,
against
Kansas,
Kansas.
they weren't awake.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, and here's the thing about that too. Sometimes you're like, hey, we got to wake up, and you can't. You just don't. You can't get it going. It's like we just all of a sudden, like, hey, we got to turn it on. and it just doesn't work. All
Hard
of a
to
sudden,
say
then the other team's just playing better.
Right.
They've caught momentum. They've done all those things. So that's a big difference with it. So I think it's advantage Nebraska, but buzzkill for the
fans.
For the fans. I mean, the game. What game's the home game that Steve Sipple that's going to like jack Nebraska?
That's the one.
No, besides that one, I'm saying. What's the other one that's going to? Because Northern Illinois, that's a
Louisiana Tech.
Yeah.
I think you got to go all the way to Iowa.
Like 2 games.
You got to go all the way to
all the way to the last game.
Yeah, it's not going to be Northwestern.
No.
Purdue.
No.
Maryland. Not really.
No.
It's Iowa.
Yeah.
It's Michigan and it's Iowa, and those are both going to be. That's also 11 a.m. It's announced for Iowa, 11 a.m. So your 2 biggest home games are early games. That to me is just it's a huge bummer for your home slate. It's a huge bummer.
I'm not going to try.
Yeah.
I wish I.
Yeah, that is.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
and also Colorado. I mean, we would hope that would be an afternoon game or night game in Boulder. That's 10 a.m. in Mountain Time, 11 a.m. this time.
That's just nuts. I played this. I played it in a 9 a.m. Mountain Time one time. 9 a.m. It was crazy.
Did you ask Terrell Farley to cut that cake?
T. Farley. Yeah. By the way, before I get to Brett on the hotline, we did not mention it is Terrell Farley's birthday today.
Happy birthday.
43.
Number 43. I'm not sure how old he is.
4'3".
I think I guess 4'7".
47 or 48.
Tell you what, he looks 30.
He still looks great. He's still in playing shape. I'll tell you that much.
He looks incredible.
So happy birthday
he
to
could come
Farley.
off the edge right now.
Farley, if you are listening, can we cut into this cake, please?
Yes.
He might come off
the only reason we ask is because someone ate 60 cookies.
And we blame Farley for that.
Yeah, we did kind of blame him like that.
Terrell probably had 10 of them.
And then you said it was Big Swim. Sipple did.
Big Swim, aka Nick Sainer, taking cookies over here.
Brett's on the line.
Let us know, Farley, if we can have your cake. Let's go to the Honda of Lincoln hotline, 402-464-5685. Brett, you're on an early break. Go ahead, man.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good to talk to you guys.
Good morning.
So I was talking with my brother the other day, and he asked me, hey, how do you think the Huskers are going to do this year? And I said, you know what? It kind of seems like a year that if we win the first game, that all the fans are going to be super excited and we're going to start to get rolling. But if we lose the first game, kind of like what Jake said a couple years ago with Northwestern, it's going to go downhill from there. And I just didn't know what the fan base sentiment was. Kind of for me, I'm thinking, all right, if we lose the first game, it's going to be another 5 years, and then we're going to get another coach. What's your guys' thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, it's an interesting question because this is the 4th straight year you're opening up against a Big Ten team on the road. Now, I get it. Last year was neutral, but you're in Ireland, so you're on the road. Remember, they opened the COVID season at Ohio State, lost 52-17, then lost that Illinois game in 2021, and of course Northwestern last year. I think I used to say this a lot, where don't put so much into one game. It's just the opener. There's a long season ahead, but I think Brett isn't wrong when he says it can derail you a little bit.
I think the enthusiasm will still be very high. It's a new staff. Nebraska fans are great.
If they lose,
it'll still be high.
What if they lose big?
It always depends on. I was just going to say how it looks.
Right.
Every time you watch a game, you're like, how'd that look? You're like, I'll be honest with you, it looked really good. You did a couple things. This thing, if this happens, if one thing happens or two things is a little different, we win the game easily, and it doesn't go that way. That's different. Then if all of a sudden it's like, well, we didn't do. And then also there's a lot going into it where can you imagine the show on Monday, because there's going to be all this conversation about what did Colorado look like against a really good TCU team.
Oh God! Yes.
So what if that game? What if that game's a 31-28 game, and with TCU when you're going like, oh wow,
or Colorado,
whatever. I mean, some weird things can happen, and so that game will be just. I mean,
huge.
You'll watch it like over and over again to try to see what's going on with them and what's going on up there. The one thing that Nebraska is going into, and Coach Rule talked about it, which he did a great job in his interview with. Hey, it's a grown man football.
It is.
That's they're playing in. And PJ Fleck, there is no one more excited about a college football game than he is to have the Thursday night game in his stadium being on display.
Well,
especially after the slight shots that were taken, which is really funny.
The shots that were taken by that those reports,
couple reports about culture issues. Have you noticed something?
Went away.
Not even a word. Not a word, because you know why? There probably wasn't any tread to it.
No.
When some things went to Northwestern and it popped up, then all of a sudden people named names, and
There was tread.
People came out and said, "This is my name. This is where I live, and this is what happened to me."
Mm-hmm.
That's where it was different. All of a sudden, this all kind of went away, and then a lot of the research people did, and I know Jay Foreman did a lot of really good research on this product, because it doesn't add up. Right. Doesn't add up, and their success doesn't add up either.
They've been successful.
They've been successful. So when I say PJ Fleck will have his team ready to go.
Yeah, he will. Now, and as far as that deflation, like deflation from a loss in the opener, it's real. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on. When they lost to Illinois, when Nebraska lost to Illinois 2 years ago, whatever that was, 2021, that was deflating as hell. It really was.
Yeah.
And so, frankly, was the Northwestern loss.
Yeah.
So, you want to have a good performance. I would say the Illinois performance was just bad, right, Jake? Wouldn't you say that?
It was bad.
Against Illinois, it was bad. Northwestern, it wasn't bad, but it was a very deflating loss.
Right.
So, you're on guard. You got to be on guard a little. I agree with Bill. It's a new staff, so you look at it a little differently. But, man, you get steamrolled there. It would be deflating. If you play them close, I think people feel pretty good.
I think there's a lot. Oh, go ahead, Jake.
Who in Columbus here?
Bird.
He says, and I agree with this. 1-1 minimum. 0-2, the state melts down.
Don't say melts down, but I think I agree.
I mean, you go into your first home game 0-2. That especially if you lose to a team that was 1-11 last year.
First year staff, though, right?
I think people understand if you lose to Minnesota, it's gonna be tough to digest a loss to Colorado with them having one win last year and completely tearing it all down.
I don't want to hear melt.
Like Bill said, though, if they look good against TCU in the first game, hold on. Trepidation is
Doesn't the fact that it's a new staff maybe prohibit a meltdown?
Well, not really. No, I think that I would not.
Are you
if I was currently on the staff and some reason, which it will never happen, it won't be 0-2. But if they happen to be at that, I wouldn't be like, "What's your problem, fans? What's your deal?" I'd be like, "No, I get it."
Okay.
I'd be like, "I get it. I understand it." Because the difference, the thing you have to look at take the big, just the big scope of Nebraska football. This is their year to have a great year
because
it's
schedule.
The schedule's easy. Schedule's way. We don't even know what the schedule is for 24 now. The two teams got added.
Got to redo
it. So next year's schedule 24 will be much more difficult. Much more difficult. Now there's going to be, there's no divisions. Who you're going to play? You got to finish in the top two. You have a chance this year. There's not a team on the west side who just go. You go, oh my! How do you? Like people are saying, how do you beat Wisconsin and Iowa?
No,
well, last year beat Iowa and should have beat Wisconsin.
Right. 100.
So you're not going. It's like no, this is your chance to actually
should have beat Wisconsin.
You have a chance to go to the championship game. This is your best year.
You got to start winning those close games. I mean, that's what it's. I say it all the time, but that's what it's going to come down to going forward. I mean, Nebraska's not going to be probably a program for a long time that it's going to play Purdue and you're going to say, oh, they'll win easy, probably by 28. Nah, I don't. When's that going to happen?
Toss-up.
Yeah.
A lot of those toss-ups.
Yeah.
One last call before break from Mike. Mike, you're on early break. Go ahead.
Good morning, guys. I agree with a little bit of that, but I must hang out with different fans. I think people just want to see progress this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we didn't get to where we're at in a year. And, if we get just absolutely jackhammered in Minnesota, that'll be deflating. But virtually every fan I know is we just want to see progress. We don't expect, we've been down this road. First year Frost, oh, man, this is going to be great. And look what happened. And I think to compare the Illinois game, that was like Frost's third year, and we were expecting big things by that time.
Yeah, we were.
They had a new coach. They hadn't been good. I was at that game, and me and Missing Tooth Greg, I don't think we said one word to each other the entire time home.
Oh, God. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was brutal. And I kind of, Steve, over the years, I've heard you say, and I agree with this, where people say, this next game is a must-win game. You say, well, is it? Say, for instance, you lose 2 games or you win 6 in a row. I guess the fans I know aren't thinking that, hey, boy, we lose to Minnesota and we're going to need a new coach in 5 years. I guess, maybe I'm wrong, but that's not what I'm seeing. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate the phone call.
Yeah. I hate that must-win thing. Jake knows that.
You do.
Yeah. I'm never a buyer on the must thing.
I mean, they're all must-wins.
Yeah. They kind of are. They all matter. It's like
You don't have 82 games. You get 12 in a season.
Yeah.
12.
Anyway, interesting discussion.
Yes. Thank you for the calls from.
But it
Brett
will be just the opposite though. You have to, if you're going to say that about the start of it, Nebraska starts off 2-0. The mayhem will be crazy.
Oh, God,
so you can't say, "Hey, no mayhem, not doing that."
Right?
Doesn't matter.
Fans are fans, Bill. You can't control them.
Exactly. If that, so it's going to be.
They get high and they get low.
If you're going to have the highs and the lows, and that's just the way it goes.
That's the way it goes.
If someone sits there and looks at it, but like I said, but the progress part makes sense, Mike. I don't disagree with that.
It does. I'll tell you what, 2-0 would be lovely.
It'd be delightful.
Yeah, it'd be lovely.
Coming back for your first home game.
I mean, just the excitement level. We need that. It's
been a while. It's been a while. Bill's Thrills and Shut Up Sipple up next on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Are you ready to upgrade your combine? Don't wait. Act now to choose from the widest selection of used combines at Acres Equipment. Acres, Nebraska's leading John Deere combine dealer, is offering 2.9% interest for 60 months on over 100 pre-owned combines. Each combine includes our A-plus uptime program to keep you running flawlessly throughout harvest season. Go to acres.com to view a huge inventory of low-hour, late model equipment. Find what you like, and we'll deliver it to your farm for free. Acres, solutions for every field.
If your home water doesn't taste right, look right, or smell right, just call Bryant for the solution to your water problem. Call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
This is Brian at Midwest Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com, member FDIC.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway's regular season is winding down, so get out there while you can to get your racing fix. This Saturday, August 19th, Pepsi, the Nebraska Lottery, and Empire Fence present the back-to-school bash featuring the Twin River Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and the A1 Iron Stock Cars. Plus, don't miss the School Bus Demolition Derby after the races. Let's go racing at Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. You can check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
Join Planet Fitness now and get the PF Black Card for only $24.99 a month. You'll enjoy an upgraded experience with tons of perks.
Like access to more than 2,000 locations worldwide?
Yep.
And massage chairs?
Yes.
Can I bring a friend every time?
Sure.
Can my friend be a horse?
Nay. Sorry. Get the PF Black Card and feel spectacular. Only $24.99 a month. Our most popular membership, the PF Black Card, is your ticket to getting all the perks. Join today. See Club for details.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
The sweet relief of air conditioning after a hot day in the summer sun. For only $2.88 a day, LES helps power life's special moments and your comfort. Learn more at les.com/value.
We're on the air.
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, thank you for the calls and texts. 402-464-5685. Appreciate that. 15 days away from kickoff.
Yeah.
Getting close. It's getting
Brett,
closer.
Brett, and Mike.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for those guys and for all the texts as well.
Mike, you will find is a very measured fan. I mean, he thinks things through.
Mike is a frequent caller during the football season. You'll hear from him a lot.
And he's not given to rash opinions. He's very measured. He is. He's very measured. Older, he's a long-time fan. Yes.
Bill's microphone is not down. There you go.
I wasn't talking.
We're getting ready for Bill's Thrills,
Yeah.
you know.
I was talking.
Yeah. Hey, wait a second. This is Bill.
Oh, are we doing those today?
Yes,
Okay.
we are doing
I didn't know if
those.
we were doing it or not. I
It's
didn't know.
Sponsored segment.
A couple times Jake's missed it.
That-
Yes.
a
He's
few
left,
times.
he's left it off of the rundown, and also we just skipped over it. The next day, I text him after the show. Hey, are we doing our Bill Thrills
Yeah,
over
I felt
now?
bad. And I felt
You know?
bad. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
You know,
forgot like
sometimes
that.
I'm not
It's okay.
perfect. I'm not
We
perfect.
don't forget about FDIC, though, that Steve invented.
No, we don't, because we don't.
Yes.
On that note, it is a Wild Card Wednesday. So
Okay.
let's get to it for Bill's Thrills on this Wednesday.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom
Yes.
bonanza.
Oh,
yeah,
is it
we
gonna be
need it.
bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Football Facts Mondays, Bugaboo Tuesdays, Wild Card Wednesdays on Bill's Thrills. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors. Bill?
Those guys are incredible. I'm telling you right now. The money they'll make you. I'm telling you right now. If you want to
Lots of
retire
it.
when you're 28, it's like that. Matter of fact, if you join them today, they can make you probably $7,000 to $10,000 by Friday.
Well, sign me up.
Yeah. Well, I think that's more on a gambling
Asterisks
site.
there.
If you have to wager some money.
Where do I sign?
Where do I sign?
All right,
Get
let's
signed.
do the flip.
Okay, we're talking about Interaction Wednesday. Wildcard Wednesday, Interaction Wednesday. Remember we talked about the self-checkout yesterday in the bug.
I do remember.
Yeah, I was went deep into that and the interaction, what we miss. So we talk about that. Cherished communication. Bone facts of better times. The challenging times, the challenging and changing times of the collect phone call. The challenging and correct times of the collect phone call. It was so awesome because you had to activate the operator. When's the last time you called let's call the operator? When's that happen?
There's not operators anymore.
There's no such thing
I
as
don't think
operators.
so.
No, I don't think there even exists anymore. So it was the best. This is what you do. So you have to remember, in college, there'd be times I wouldn't talk to my parents for 4 to 6 weeks. Nothing. That was just understood.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
no, phones are expensive.
Yeah, my mom and dad didn't want to
So
talk to me.
no, you go to call home. So you had to dial 0, then the full number, Then it would ring, and they'd answer the phone for us right there. The operator like that is like, I have a collect call from. And then she would say, caller, state your name. And you're like, Bill. And then they could either accept it or decline it. So if it was something else like that, it was also a way that I checked in home for free. I just say, hey, I'm going to call, and then just decline the call. Then they know I'm home. So I'd collect when I drove back to Lincoln or wherever I was driving to. Then they knew I was home safe.
Oh,
so
really?
for free. Yeah, without talking to them.
Oh, hey, I never thought of that.
Will you accept like that? And the caller say your name, Bill.
Back in the day.
And you got to talk to an operator.
Yep.
It was incredible, Jake. It was better times. But that's how. Here's the thing about that.
Collect calls.
You never know when your last collect call would have been. There's never a time. So you did it sometime in your life, then you never did it again. It wasn't like, well, this is my last time because things are changing, so this won't happen anymore. You don't know when your last time's your last time.
God, good point.
You have no idea.
I
when
wish
the
I
last
would
time's the
know.
last
I
time.
wish I knew my last collect call.
Last call, because that was common interaction.
Yeah, it was.
It was common interaction with the phone,
especially child to parents.
Yes.
I mean, there's not
many other ones like
No,
that. You
and-
weren't calling just like you wouldn't call like your buddy or something.
They decline.
They decline. No, we're not
I'd
doing
like
that.
to know more about the operator. Were they always like in a good mood? Were they cranky?
Pretty good.
Were they moody?
Pretty good. They were pretty
Moody
good.
operators?
Some matter of fact.
Some
very
matter of fact like that.
Was
So
some chat with you?
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
how's it going?
If you
Some.
talk to him. The thing was, I remember what it always wore, but I used to call the operator quite often for something. Just call him zero at that.
Yeah.
Operator.
Yep.
That's they say. All they say is operator.
How can I help you?
And how can I help you?
It's like your
And then-
Google.
yeah, like your Google. It's like,
Can you look
could
this
you
up for me?
Yeah.
Always, usually, now I don't want to go too far into it, but it's usually female. I don't remember many. I don't even know if I ever got a male operator.
I don't think so either.
I think it would have been like, it's kind of like a maid. Like
And you always wonder too, where were they? Were they in Wichita?
Yeah.
Where were they? Where were they sitting when you
Yeah.
made the collect call? But that was great. And just
the collect call. Now you're taking me back. I mean, we're going back.
this is the thing is
80s
though,
for sure.
the collect call now, think about this. The collect call went from probably maybe 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. It went for like a
80s.
like a 30, 40 year run.
I got to say for
Before-
sure 85.
Oh, I think the collect call was
Do you think it went beyond 85?
Oh,
Yeah,
it did.
yeah.
It went to probably about 90, I bet.
Okay.
But it went to about 90 before the
Okay.
call. Now I wonder if you can get if you dialed 0 on your phone, would
wonder
you
what
get
would
an
happen.
operator?
I wonder what would
I
happen.
have no idea. When's the last?
You should try it out.
You
too.
do still see, like, what do you call them? You see phones, phone booths. I mean, you do see phone booths very, very
if you
rarely.
see one, take a picture because they're like done. That was the best.
very rarely, but you still see them a little bit.
Imagine
Payphones is
Imagine
what I was
what
going
it used to be like in the airport. There'd be a bank of 20 of them.
Payphones.
With
Yeah.
everyone's working. Everyone's on their payphone.
Yeah, and
They're at that-
you
There's
hope there's
payphone.
one open.
Yeah, hoping to get one open.
Yeah.
Scott says collect calls were insanely expensive.
They were.
$20 for 15 minutes.
I don't know if it's
something
that
like
high,
that.
but it was more expensive. That
It
was
was
because you got the operator in. That's why we came up with the system at the Busch house. Hey, if I call, I'm just letting you know I'm home safe. They'd be like, I decline. They'd be like, oh, then so there's no charge.
Never thought of that. That's
Yeah,
a good
never
idea.
charged like that.
That's like
Brilliant.
in American Made. There was that scene where he was at the bank of phones and he was talking to several different people at once. There's a bank of phones and he was going from one
Phone to the other.
Yeah, it was cool.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, Jake,
yes.
that was it. That's interesting. God, I love it when you do this.
Someone chimed in with a reference to a commercial that was because those are so expensive. They said it just says all in one thing. We had a baby. It's a boy. It's done. Make it quick as
Make it
possible.
quick as possible.
I don't want to pay for that.
Oh,
We had a baby. It's a boy. See you.
I would do a lot of just to.
That's right.
So, and I tell my parents, go, hey, if anybody ever calls, you don't know me, because sometimes we'd be at somebody's house, be like in college, be like at a party or something, and then I just get on the phone, and I just call my parents from their house, just talk to them and stuff, and then So
did you?
Oh yeah, 'cause then back then, you get your phone bill and you're like, who are they calling in Pender for 11 minutes at midnight? Who was? So sometimes people will call the number then to see who this is, and they'd call. My parents would answer. Do you know? No, I don't know. So I could just call
That's
people.
a little dirty. That's
Yeah,
a little
it's all right. Yeah, it might cost them a couple bucks. Yeah, they survived. They can't retire because they got to do that.
Before we get to the game show, we just got a picture on the text line from Ryan in Delaware.
Okay.
Who's still mad about that roll call. I missed that one time.
Yes.
Remember it? That's a picture of a little baby. It says, hey guys, I want to introduce to my newest The newest breaker, my daughter, Topanga Riley.
Oh, that's awesome. Topanga.
I haven't listened to the show because we've been preparing for her, but she already loves the show. That's from Ryan in Delaware. A new breaker, Topanga Riley.
That's incredible. That's
Thank you,
incredible.
breakers out there.
Topanga.
We got babies tuning into us all the time.
Well-
Babies tune in. Got a lot of
And
listeners.
hey, we need to be very. Thank you for that, by the way.
Thank you to Ryan in Delaware.
We have
and
to be
Topanga.
cognizant of something. I don't think we've acknowledged it enough. The kids are going back to school and they're listening.
They're in school. Oh, they're
Yeah,
back.
Yeah. So and they're
So
listening.
people with their parents riding in.
Yeah. Do you have any words of wisdom for those kids that are going to school right now, Bill?
Right now?
Lock in is what I'd tell them. Lock in.
And have a lot of fun in between classes, too.
Yeah.
Jack around a little bit.
Have fun on the playground.
Yeah, have some
Go
fun
to
on
the
the playground.
and
Have some fun.
Yeah.
That's right. Have some fun out there.
The playground looks
talk
fun.
Talk your teacher into playing dodgeball.
There could
Play
be
some
some
dodgeball.
I wonder if they can still allow them to do that.
I
I
don't
think they
think so.
probably do. At Hartley, on the Hartley school, the house is right across the
Yeah.
street. So I see a lot of the playground. Play a lot of soccer. And
Do
it
they?
gets pretty intense.
Pretty intense.
Yeah, I like it. It gets
The
a
games
couple
were
fights
great.
out there. A couple
Yeah,
fights.
The games were great.
So that's Bill's Thrill, sponsored by our good friends at Mid Plains Advisors. Call Dirk, Scott, and Ty at 402-730-7387 to plan for your financial future and make a bunch of money.
Yeah. If they're calling in for the game show, if it's long distance, should they call and collect?
Yes, they definitely
Yeah.
should.
We'll accept.
We'll accept.
We will accept your call for long distance right now. Let's play the game show. Give us a call right now at 402-464-5685. Your chance to win a business box of bagels. 2 bagels and Joe. It's a wild card Wednesday. Where am I going with this?
NFL.
Nope. Nope.
It goes every
Always
time.
good guess. Always good guess. U.S. Capitals today.
Oh, God,
United
Bill.
States capital cities.
See, this
Look
is
at Bill's face. Like,
there's
uh-oh.
a high.
Look at his face.
I mean, there's a high probability of embarrassment here.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's 50 capitals. You name
Remember,
it.
we haven't for the kids going to school. Learn your capitals.
That's right.
And you commit to it because me and Bill haven't been to school in a long time, and when you forget things like capitals and geography,
Well,
and
let's
presidents.
Let's play the game.
And Matt.
464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Nick Down Sip in trivia one of your last weeks before the record starts here. Next week you're still free. The week after that, record
time.
starts counting.
It's go time.
We're
We're not playing freshmen.
You're not. You're playing. Yeah, you're not. It's the real deal. We've got Leighton. Leighton, how do you feel about U.S. Capitals today?
What's going on, guys? I feel pretty good.
It feels
Oh,
good.
Yeah,
Feels
this is
good.
not good for us.
Layton has a street in Havelock named after him.
Yes.
Layton.
Late.
That's after this. Yeah, that's after this. Late. Definitely
Pretty close to
definitely.
Nebraska Wesleyan.
It is.
Yes.
Layton Street.
So, all right. Well, Bill is a lifeline for SIP for one question as always to see if you can help out in geography, U.S. capital here today.
Okay.
Leighton, first question goes to you. What city is the capital of Connecticut?
That
I have rich that don't steal.
Say that again, Leighton.
was that Hartford?
Yes. Hartford.
I can see the capital. I can see it.
Okay, 1-0 lead for Leighton. SIP, first question. Bill's in play. Use them wisely. What city is the capital of Kentucky?
I got this, Bill. Don't worry. It's Lexington.
Right away, I'm like, there's no way it's Lexington.
Mark's like, come on.
There's no way the layup is Lexington. There's just no way.
Leighton, do you want that one or not?
I would
have to pass on that one.
You have a guess, Bill?
Paducah.
No, it's not Paducah. It's a great city name.
Yeah.
Frankfurt.
Frankfurt.
Not
I would have put a
Louisville,
lot
not
of money on
Paducah.
Lexington.
You've been wrong.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
Okay, for the win, Leighton, last question. What city is the capital of Delaware? We just heard from Brian in Delaware. What's his state's capital?
Wow.
5, 4.
Bill started.
Yeah, I'm not gonna know that one. I'm not gonna lie.
No guess at all?
Quick clock.
No guess. On.
Wow.
Here's our chance Here's our chance.
Are you going to steal?
They have a capital.
They do have a capital.
Do they have a capital?
There is a
That's
capital.
Delaware. Hey, no offense to Ryan. Hey, do you know this?
No.
You're going to pass.
Yeah.
This,
We
this,
can't
this
pass,
is amazing. Yeah, you can pass.
Yeah.
Pass.
We are 1 for 3 on state capitals.
Yes.
The city is Dover.
Dover, Delaware.
Dover, Delaware.
I would have had a chance to have guessed that, but no. What did I say? No.
I think Topanga, the one day old, might have even got that one right.
Well,
Hey,
Delaware.
just ask the question. Come
Just
on,
say-
let's go.
We don't
Last
need your
question.
editorial eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, you do. Bills in play. Use them wisely. Last question. What city is the capital of Maine?
I mean,
This is for Bill. This is for Sip and Bill.
Bill, do you know this? I need a lifeline, my friend.
Use them. Need them.
Maine.
You guys.
I don't know if I even know a town in Maine.
You know one.
Name a town in Maine.
Hold on.
I think people can probably get 3
Let me
cities
try to
in
get
Maine.
this. Let me try to
off
get
the
this.
Give me your best. Just fire one out there.
We've done this before.
You have.
You've done Maine?
I'm
Yeah.
sure he has over
Capital?
the years in the past. I'm sure at some point. Yeah. 5 seconds on Maine.
Hold on.
Capital. 5, 4, 3.
Bangor.
Is it Bangor? That is a city. How about Augusta, Maine?
Ooh, would never
Augusta.
got that.
The biggest city is Portland, Maine. Then Augusta. Then you have Bangor is a city up in Maine.
Augusta.
Augusta. Is
Wow.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
So congrats to you, Leighton. It wasn't pretty, but you got the win. Thanks for calling in and
Job,
calling
Leighton.
down the road.
Yep, thanks, guys.
All right. Okay. So that was ugly.
Keith Mann weighs in.
What's Keith say?
Flat out embarrassing effort.
It was. Keith is absolutely right. We went 1 for 4 on state
Keith,
capitals.
could you mention that if you listened to the show earlier, Sipple talked about how you yelled at him yesterday at practice.
Keith got after me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Keith, can you confirm that there was?
He did say you
some
were
yelling
tan
yesterday?
and you were in golf attire. He said
And Sip went too far over the line.
too far over the line. He had to get called back.
Yeah, I got it.
Please confirm,
Yeah.
Keith. Here's the tiebreaker for you, Bill. This is gonna be tough to get on the top, but I want to see if you're in the right ballpark. Speaking of Augusta, Maine.
Okay.
Population, please. Population of Augusta, Maine. Look at his face. Like, oh, come on, man. Come on.
38,419.
Ooh. Okay.
38.
38,419.
Okay, Sip
Ooh, that's a
over under
good
that.
guess. That's a good guess. I think it's 50.
Under 18,968 people in the capital city. Beatrice run from is about 13,000. That means it could almost be the capital of Maine.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll be darned.
It'd be hard for Beatrice, Nebraska, to be the capital of Maine.
I know.
That'd be
That'd
make
be
it very
the
difficult. That'd be
population.
really hard.
That'd be incredible.
That'd be incredible.
You know,
Also, the bakery, World of Yum, would be
That's right.
incredible for them.
the capital of Vermont, Montpelier, is like 4,000 people. That's it.
Say that again.
The capital of Vermont, Montpelier.
Did
is
you
like,
sell books there?
They make maple
I
syrup
was
up
in that
there.
area.
Did you sell books
I drove by Montpelier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drove by it. A lot of good maple syrup in,
Yes.
in Vermont. Yes,
I
very
love
nice.
maple syrup.
Have we heard from Terrell yet?
Terrell? No, we
Yes.
not heard from Terrell Farley. Farley, if you're listening, hey, we're
Please.
shouting you out. Number one,
Please.
happy birthday. Number 2, can we cut into the cake?
We don't want to take the cake.
Yeah.
We just want to have a
That
piece
takes
of
the
it.
cake.
We
just
just
want to have
want a piece. We just want a piece.
It's
of the cake.
strawberry.
Strawberry. Look at
It smells great. You almost
the
put your
ice-
hat in it.
The icing is incredible.
Sip went to go smell it and almost got his hat in the cake. He said, "What are you doing? You're gonna ruin the
It
cake."
didn't happen though. I mean,
I think that would have been intentional. Like, oh, I ruined it. Better take a bite now. Spillover's next on early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Is this you? You feel the same way every day, and it's not good. You may think there's a magic pill that can fix you. There isn't. Limitless Male has found that the majority of men who admit they feel bad are suffering with low testosterone, which can cause these symptoms: low energy, brain fog, belly fat, muscle loss, low libido. Sound familiar? Get your testosterone checked at Limitless Male. Your first consult is free. Insurance accepted.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of their family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. This Friday and Saturday, enjoy a 2-day sale on USDA Choice bacon wrapped sirloins for just $3.99 per 8-ounce cut, a 5-pound box of snow crab clusters for just $49.99, and when you buy 2 1.75 liters of Captain Morgan spiced rum, you can get it for just $19.99. Stop by for the 2-day sale this Friday and Saturday at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Junior Achievement of Lincoln inspires and prepares young people for success. Learn more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway's regular season is winding down, so get out there while you can to get your racing fix. This Saturday, August 19th, Pepsi, the Nebraska Lottery, and Empire Fence present the back-to-school badge featuring the Twin River Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and the A1 Iron Stock Cars. Plus, don't miss the school bus demolition derby after the races. Let's go racing at Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. You can check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
Hey, moms and dads, bring the whole crew to a Salt Dogs baseball game and unleash the fun. Visit Haymarket Park all summer for fireworks Fridays, souvenir Saturdays, Sunday family fun days, and more. With 50 home games, even weekdays can be unforgettable. Planning an event? Make it a home run with group discounts. When you need an outing the whole family will enjoy, unleash the fun with the Salt Dogs. Call 402-474-2255 or visit saltdogs.com for tickets.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
Summer is near. Now's the time to clean or replace your furnace filter to get the most out of your AC. Find energy-saving tips at les.com/save-energy.
Lane's Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Our lives only have so much time, but if you smoke, you have less. Your life could be 10 years shorter, and the time you do have is often filled with health problems, shortness of breath, asthma, COPD, and cancer. But the minute you quit, your body starts healing.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
We're on the air.
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's time for the spillover with Raph today, sponsored by South Point Medical and Aesthetics. Raph, good to see you, man.
Good morning.
Raph
Hey.
is here. Talking about his trip to GI coming up. He's working the state fair.
Coming soon.
When do you leave?
Next Thursday.
So you'll be working a booth for the lottery.
Yep,
The lottery.
trailer for the lottery.
A trailer.
Yep.
And you describe yourself as jealous of this because.
Well,
of
think
his
about what
experience.
his deal is. He's going to the State Fair for 2 weeks. Okay, he stays at a Holiday Inn Express,
in Grand
and
Island.
right across the lot is a BW3. Oh
Yeah.
God, that doesn't sound like a
Be
bad deal to
incredible.
me. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sip just
that sounds like
walks
a
over
good
every
Especially
job.
if it's in like Aurora or Stanton.
Oh, I know. Grand Island's fine.
Well, I love Grand Island too.
Yeah. Yeah, I've deep.
I would take Carney.
Carney's good.
Yeah,
that's
you like
good.
Carney. I know, but Grand.
Oh, Big Swim's here.
Big Swim's in the building.
Oh boy.
Not a pool today, just a normal black shirt. For,
Yes.
for,
We're missing 60 cookies. And you guys have any
Yeah,
idea?
Oh no. Oh no.
Nick,
where's the 60
Listen,
cookies at?
I did not take any of the cookies.
Okay,
yesterday.
yeah, that's what they all say.
I promise. I
Okay,
didn't have any of the cookies.
I believe
yesterday. Shut up, Sip.
That's the show.
Hey,
Shut
did
up,
we-
Sipple.
Hey, did we figure out why Sip left at 8?
No,
a.m.
I brought it this morning.
Okay.
He left at 7:56
gotta leave for the spillover.
for the 9:30 practice.
Yep.
It takes 12 minutes to get there.
We got in the doors at 9:06 a.m. Just
Yes.
like the email said.
Yes.
We were going to be in at 9:06 or 9:05
Oh.
a.m. So
What happened?
I was just confused. I decided to leave
Yes.
and just
Hey,
bail.
what happened, Sip? Can you walk us through the plan yesterday?
wow, I'm on the spot.
On the spot. Right? Listen, Nick called you out.
Yeah, well,
We're
here's.
trying to take care of the Ducks, Pablo and Cruz.
I'm going to do my Jim Harbaugh here. I didn't like because I thought the practice was at 8:30.
Okay.
You didn't read the notes, Nick.
No,
That's crazy. I thought it was only a 10-minute drive to the stadium anyway.
Still, yeah. Still, yeah.
It's big traffic. This
But
time of day.
there's sort of like a, there's a interlude time that I need before the next thing.
Interlude.
Yeah.
It's got to like recalibrate.
Just
Calibrate
himself.
Recalibrate.
Yeah, I got to walk bullet.
And school started, so traffic was a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
traffic is
Thank
crazy.
you, Raph.
Crazy.
Raph's come to mind.
I have something for Bill's Thrills.
Okay.
What's
Now
that?
that since I'm on, the zipper method while driving.
Oh, he's
What's
telling you
that?
what to do. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't tell Bill what to do in Bill's Thrills.
Do you know how to do the zipper method?
I don't know what that is. No.
Where one car, if people are turning,
Okay.
right, it's much needed after like a concert, after a big event, right? You're going on the main road.
Yeah.
People are coming out of a parking lot. One car.
Yeah,
one car.
Bill,
Oh,
We've covered that in
Zipper.
great.
Oh my
We've
God.
covered that in great
Hey,
detail.
perfect.
Nick,
It was
that was
probably
like
my
4
first-
months ago.
That was my first Bill's Thrills.
That's fine. The reason I say that is because I
Okay.
found the zipper. I experienced the perfect zipper method just this morning, 5 minutes ago, when I
You did?
passed Leffler Middle School
Mm.
on 48th Street. Just
Oh, yeah.
if anybody's out there, I need to applaud them.
Did it work?
Oh, it was phenomenal.
It was humanity at
Society
its
actually
finest.
works.
Yeah,
It's
it was
good.
great.
Well, we talked about.
Everybody had the courtesy wave. Everybody, I looked behind me, or the person in front of me, I saw their hand go up,
Yeah, it's
motion them.
Yeah.
I did the same thing. Person
Bill?
behind me,
First Bill's
instantly.
Thrills right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was probably
And-
the
and-
first week.
But
They
we-
have to
but-
get
Well,
the
40th
hand.
and Highway
But I will-
2, they need to work on something because
Oh, 40th and Highway 2.
you're
is
waiting
bad.
in line like a good soldier, and then all those cars go on the right and then try to cut in it. And then
Yep.
that slows up everyone.
That's bad humanity.
Yeah.
But I will credit Nick for something. He did put a name to this, the zipper method.
Yes.
The zipper.
I think Bill
Yeah.
said that before. Did you say zipper
Yeah.
before?
I did not say that.
No,
with
he
the
did not say zipper.
Okay.
No.
Zipper's a little bit
Thanks,
different
Nick.
when at a school.
job, Nick.
It's a little bit different than mine was more like when you're completely blocked, and so you're facing this way and the road's this way, and that's why you always my my deal, Nick, is you always let one in. It's always one.
Let one.
in. I still do it, and I love. My wife will be like, "Oh God, I hope they give us the hand." If they don't, I'm mad.
Yeah.
If they don't give you the acknowledgement of thank you for
Yeah.
that for letting me in.
Quickly, real quick, back to the game show we
Yeah.
had today. I'm not moving on from this because you guys got pounded on this by the text line. Jake and Hickman says, "Did these guys skip 6th grade?"
No, I
I
went
think
to
I was there twice. I think I went to it twice. Yeah.
I definitely
I
went to
guess-
6th
I
grade.
think I was twice. Well, we got beat by family. That was my middle daughter's Olivia's boyfriend, Leighton.
So we were kind of
and he was driving back. He's in
He wanted
Ogallala.
bagels.
we wanted him
He
to
just
win.
wanted some bagels. From
We
them.
wanted Leighton to win.
Yeah.
just a little. Pasta.
He's in Ogallala. He's coming home.
Is he?
We're very excited. We're very
Drive
excited.
safely.
Yeah, we're very excited to have him back. He's picking some things up at the house. We'll see him
Is he?
today.
Okay, Leighton
Yeah.
will be back.
We'll see him today.
Ralph says my 6th grader was punching the air listening to the adults go 1 for 4 and punching the air
Yes.
as school is beginning.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, this is a
Stay in
good
school.
lesson for the kids. Listen.
Yeah. Good, exactly. Good lesson in school today.
Yeah.
Pay attention. You might be on a radio someday.
Augusta,
pay
Maine.
attention.
We got a holy bleep, fellas. This is embarrassing. A lot of response to the game
Augusta,
show
Maine.
today.
How many people know that?
Oh, I think a lot because people like state capitals.
I know people. I
would get all
I
of
know a
them.
lot of people that know every because
I get all of them.
there was a quarterback that played here, Mark Maurer. Was quarterback here. Beat Oklahoma as a starting quarterback. I think he wore number 17, I believe. Raph, is that accurate? But anyway,
think you're
Mark's
right.
daughters all worked at the football office, but we worked together at New Mexico State, and his middle daughter was able to Marlo. She knew everyone, so every time I'd see her, I'd look at her and I'd say South Dakota, and she'd spit out the deal. Whatever it was, she knew every single one. That was our fun thing to do.
You know Dover?
Yeah, she would have known it. She knew them all.
Sure.
She knew them all.
We have an old joke here. Someone says y'all need to be nice to Sip and Bill about the game. They haven't been in sixth grade for over 100 years.
I mean,
Thanks,
true.
Noah.
We have,
Yeah.
I
Noah.
mean, I do. I wish I remembered more from school. But come on. I mean, it's a little bit long
What
time.
do you remember from
Creative
Stop.
minds kind of they flame out quick. Yeah, that's kind of where I see myself. I'm on the downside.
I remember stuff.
Yeah,
So a few things.
Yep.
Yeah. I've never really been anywhere though. It's like where you're at a big gathering. It's like what was the most amazing thing you got from that cocktail party? Oh, the guy that could name all the states. No, it doesn't really do much for me.
He's not a big hit at
No,
the party.
he's not a big hit. No, I'm going to hang
He's the
around.
guy they-
I'm going to hang around the guy. I like the guy who knows 12 states. Probably a lot more fun.
I'm going to go over here and not talk to you.
Yeah, he's a lot more
You're
fun.
Too smart.
Yeah.
For me. I don't want that.
So, Raph, when do you take off for the state fair?
Next Thursday.
God.
Are you
I want
excited
a lot
or
of
not?
talk. I be ready for a lot of questions from me.
I'm ready. Fair questions.
Yeah, Sip.
Will you? Can you stop over to Borders just to have a breakfast?
Have a breakfast at Borders?
Anything's possible.
When
It's
do you
incredible.
start- what's your shift start time? At the state fair?
9 a.m.
Oh, you get
Yeah.
got plenty of time for Borders ahead of
Yeah.
time.
9
Are you
a.m.
kidding me?
till
9 p.m.
Ooh, okay. Now,
Now, is there like a megaphone outside the trailer like that? Come on in, get your lottery
No,
tickets here. We got a deal.
would your boss let you get off early a few nights, like where you didn't have to?
Well, out there I am the boss, so I make those.
Raph's the boss.
It's
He's the boss.
You cut out at 5 at some point.
Oh yeah, if I'm tired and exhausted.
Yeah.
They we got a tent last. We got like a circus tent last year, so that was the excitement of last year. So
You did. The lotto did.
yeah, it was awesome.
The lotto.
So we had so what was it? I forgot what
That's
we
what
called
we
it. Was it the Players Lounge during the day and the Players Club at night? Yeah,
The Players Club. Sounds a little. racist.
Last question before we get out of here. Going back to the start of the show, do you think Raph is taller than he sounds on the radio? From the question I received in the luncheon,
It'd hard to be much bigger than Raph.
somebody told me they saw me said you are taller than you sound on the radio, which I didn't exactly know
Nice.
how to take that.
That's a compliment.
I'm not
It's a
sure that it
compliment.
is.
It's a compliment.
You're tall.
Shorter would be worse. Wow, you're way shorter than I thought.
But what does that mean? I sound like
you know
that
how
on
many times
radio,
I've heard that?
but- Raph,
You know how many times I've heard that in my
can't be
life?
much
I think I have a tall voice. I think.
okay, Raph's
Raph,
tall guy.
you just can't get much bigger than Raph.
Yeah.
Raph's as big as he can.
Right.
He's the guy
House.
for radio.
Yeah.
That'll do it for us. The Drive with Raph and AD is next for Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I'm Jake Sorensen. See you.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career.